Okay, I am back. Yes. Yesterday I had to leave and we was having a very interesting conversation. The ladies was on my panel and I thought it was something worth talking about because it's easy for people. Well, welcome everybody. If you remember, thank you, Black Molasses, Blackberry Molasses, Tay Bay, Queen Diva, thank you, Ray Black, Regina, peace to you. Everyone who come in this morning, peace and blessings to us, to you all. I hope you are having a great Sunday so far. It'll always get greater later. So listen, this is not going to be a messy live. And so we probably won't have tons of people in here. But if you have trolls, my mod queens, please look out. If trolls come in here, please block them. Block them, because this is a round table talk. This is Jim's talk. We talking about, hi Renee Patterson, thanks for joining me, beautiful. We're going to talk about being homeless and decisions that we make in life that can put us in situations that's very uncomfortable. And homelessness is one of them. And we all know about dragging, and the conversation started off about dragging. But see, it gets so deep. It's deeper than dragging. It's deeper than dragging. And we don't even know what's really going on with dragging. You know, people say she should go home to her mother, her family. We don't know people's background. We only know what they come on here and tell us. And that's what we do commentary on. So I don't get too deep into people's relationships with their families. Some have good relationships. Some have bad relationships. You just never know. So I don't know what that young lady is going through. However, I know she's on here constantly asking for help and letting us know that she's homeless. So I want the ladies who was here yesterday, if they're here, or you are welcome to join the panel. Again, this is not a messy live. This is a life live. This is a reality. Pros and cons of choices we make in life, and we all have made good choices and bad choices, and we have to live with the outcome of the choices that we make. So this is serious. So it ain't gonna be no whole bunch of folk up in here probably. See, because it's easier to tear down and dissect someone's wrong, but it's hard to build people up and try to make them whole, and at least give them some words of encouragement and wisdom to try to uplift them out of a situation they may be in. And that was one of my purposes when I came in here, is to empower, uplift, inspire, and to turn dust into diamonds, to educate. Hey, sis Trish, baby. So there's a lot that we can do to help each other grow in a good way. But there's a lot that I know that a lot of people do to destroy people, you know. And again, it's so easy because we are conditioned. And when I say we, a lot of Black folk, people of color, are conditioned to destroy each other. And it's been implanted and in our minds, and it has been for years and years and years. So it's hard to break some of the habits that we have, and it's hard for us to try to motivate and uplift people because we were taught to tear each other down. And we always want to push this off on a white man. You know, oh, the white man. No, actually it's you, because it's your mind. You make the decisions in life what to do. No matter how people may influence you, you have a free will, you know. And then people are turning around on God. No, no, no. God gave us a free will to do what we want, and we make our own decisions. So we know this young lady is running around here homeless, and people have helped her. And like I've said, and I've been very clear about it, there's a reason why I won't give this young lady a dime, is because she seems very ungrateful to be in her situation. And when people did give her, I heard her say some foul things to people. So I will never reach in my pocket. Now, will I reach in my prayer closet? Absolutely. Because she's a young sister, and I don't want her to be in a situation that she's in, but those are life choices she had made. Now, we look back at some things, and we've heard a lot of things that this young lady has said, what made her move to Florida. We know Florida is number 3 when it comes to homelessness. Even though they have declined in homelessness, it's still number 3 in the United States for homeless people, right? So she's down there wanting this different type of life. She wants to live on this in Miami, I believe, in this place that's supposed to be like high cost of living, and she don't want to go home. I'm not sure where home at. She says she escaped some bad situation. Now listen, that could be very well true. We only know what this young lady has told us, but what I do want to say is something a little more to the story, but we'll never know it. We probably will never know. So if you are inclined to reach in your pocket, I would never block you from helping someone, because it's just part of what we should do is help someone get on their feet, right? If we can. But if it's an ungrateful and unwanted help, then I'm not going to indulge. That's just me as a person, you know? So this lady is homeless, and she's all over this internet screaming out, hollering and cussing and fussing in the wee hours of the morning. They say she lived in a hostel. Now, thank you for telling me what a hostel was, because I didn't know. I didn't know what a hostel was. I've never used that term and had never heard that term in my 62 years until I came on here. So people are wondering, why don't this young lady go home? Why is she homeless? Now, people make choices to be homeless. I told you. Sometimes people will make the choice to be homeless to escape a situation that could be more detrimental to them. And it sounds like perhaps when she tells her story, this could be the situation with her. Good morning, Miss LA, baby. Thank you for joining me yesterday. So she is making a choice to be homeless. So I was over in Pizarro's, I believe it was Pizarro's, and they was talking to her, and some people was telling her, hey, sell some punani, or you giving away your punani, you might as well go live with the man, or she must have this gentleman is offering her a home. But now let's look back at just this Diddy situation, and I'm gonna kind of link this a little bit. A lot of times young ladies reach out for help, or people are inclined to offer help, and it's not good help. So we may be looking like, you're a fool. I mean, you screwing a man, you should go live with him. We're not even sure what this man is requiring her to do just to get those bundle of hair or nails or food, or we're not sure what's really exchanging between the two of them. So we can't say, oh, you're a fool for not going to live with him. Maybe she knows more, or not maybe, I'm sure she knows more than what we know that she's probably not telling. So for her to just uproot herself, she's living homelessly comfortably. I mean, listen, it is what it is. We see it. So I'm going to say she's comfortable in her situation with a little bit of uncomfortability to it, but it's not for us to tell her that she should go live with this man because she's already screwing him. He's already helping her, because we don't even know what this young lady is doing for the little help she getting. Maybe she see danger. Maybe she sees something that we're not aware of. And when I say about the Diddy situation, now, allegedly, he was helping Cassie. He was helping Cassie with her career. See, people will tell you they helping you, but there's some attachment, strings attached to that help. And so he was helping her. And look at the situation, that young lady who just wanted someone to hear her music end up being in. So it could be a real detrimental situation for this young lady to go live with that gentleman, whoever he is. Because see, people will treat you nice to lure you in. It's just like relationships. A lot of times the men will do all they can do to lure you into the relationship. You get in the relationship and it's not what you want, or is not what you think. And so before you can see it, you already have placed yourself in danger. You have placed yourself in danger. And there's a strong possibility that this young lady don't want to go with this gentleman because she sees danger. Something is warning her. So she'd rather to be out in the streets on YouTube, living in a hostel, hustling the way she's hustling before she go into full-fledged danger. Now, like I said, strings come attached to a lot of help. It shouldn't, they shouldn't, but they do. I help you, and then when I help you, I want you to do all these different things for me to continue to help you, or I'm going to push you out. So it's not always comfortable going with the help that's being offered to you. And maybe that's Dragon's situation. I don't know. I know we are quick to judge. And when I say we, people are quick to judge, her for not going with this gentleman or going with this gentleman or living, being homeless. We're quick to judge, but we really don't know her situation. And there's a lot of dragons out there. And there's a lot of mentally ill. Now, we can look sometime and judge her behavior and say, hey, something is mentally wrong with her. And a lot of mental people do have ways out, but they don't take those ways out because they're not mentally there. Now, I'm not saying this young lady is cray-cray or she has some mental health issues. I'm not sitting here trying to diagnose her. But what I'm saying, her behavior, her actions leads me to think something is not right up there mentally. You see where I'm going? But I can't sit here and diagnose her, but I can say from my observations of her behaviors and her actions, let me know that something is not right. And again, not all help is good help. Now we don't know what that young lady and that gentleman is doing. We've seen them. If it's the same man, we've seen them in a hotel. We've seen her eating crabs. We've seen her looking good. She looked good at that moment. But again, we don't know what she had to do just for that little help. See? Again, being judgmental. Hey, Indigo, you took your hair out, baby. So we don't know what situation she's really in for us to judge her and say, hey, listen, you stupid if you don't go with this gentleman. He's offering you some place to live. He's giving you money. He's doing this. We don't know what strings are attached, and they could be deadly strings. A lot of these young homeless people go with people they trust, and we see it all the time. We read about it all the time. We see it on YouTube. We see it on the news. They go with people who they trust that's going to help them out, and they end up getting unalived or being in a dangerous situation. So it's not for us to sit here and judge her and call her stupid and try to tell her what to do. We can't tell that young lady what to do. I can't offer her anything but a conversation and a little prayer from an older woman, with experience. Now, I've never been homeless. However, I've dealt with homeless people. And I still deal with homeless people. And it's a sad situation for you to even be homeless in the United States of America with as much as money the U.S. have. No one really should be homeless, but some people choose. Now, is this a choice of hers to be homeless? That's the question that needs to be asked. Now, I've never talked to that young lady. I don't even think she's been over here. I've only seen her around. But I wonder, why is it a choice for her to be homeless versus going with this young man? All help is not good help. We do know that, right? So before we sit back here and judge her, hey, Pinocchio world, baby, let's have a real conversation. Let's have a real conversation. What if it was you? What would you do? Now, I know that we would have to make choices if we had children versus not having children. It's easier, and this sounds crazy as hell. Hey, King Kyle's baby, it's easier to live on the streets by yourself versus with children. Now, a lot of these shelters are full, and a lot of the shelters offer to families first, so offer to single moms with children. Men have it hard out there being homeless, but I mean, they do what they have to do. But so I'm not sure why this young lady is not in the shelter. Now, shelters here in the DMV area is a little different. If you have children, you stay in the shelter for 30 days. They make sure they get you affordable housing. You get vouchers or something like that, but you must stay in the shelter with your children for a certain amount of time. Shelters are not that nice from what I heard. I heard they're not that clean. They're not that friendly to live in. You know, some people run into some serious situations in shelters that's harmful to them as well. I don't know Dragon's situation. All I know is she says she homeless. So is she homeless by choice? That's the question. Is she choosing to be homeless versus reaching out to go home to her parents, her family, or whatever? That's the question. Why would she make a choice like that? Dragon, if you not diving, Dragon, if you're around, I would like for you to drop down so I can have a serious conversation with you if you're available. But like I said, I don't think she come over here. But I want people to really think about it. Is she homeless by choice because she just want to be homeless out there? Is it a hustle? Is she on drugs? Now, I don't know. Why would she choose to be homeless, a young lady? But it's easier for her to, hey, Dovey, it's easier for her to be homeless without children versus being homeless with children, because they will find her shelter maybe a little quicker than what she's getting now. Now she's paying for this hostel. Some reason they say she worked. 1 minute she works, she doesn't work. She have a job, she don't have a job. I don't know her situation in depth because I haven't taken the time to go from video to video to video to video and watch it. But I know it comes across as some of the stuff she's saying are lies. We have caught her into lies. So again, that's another. Yeah, it's been a year. She's been homeless for a year. And see, Indigo, that's my thing. You've been doing this for a year. You have reached out to these people on YouTube, and I know these people have given you money. Now, what you have done with that money is your business. It's their money. They give it to you. They should give it to you freely. They shouldn't don't ever give someone expecting it back, really. You only give what you could give. Don't give to somebody to say you gave to them. And that's the problem down here. People say they gave, and then they'll start dragging her and talking about her and making her commentary. Now, I'm going to make a commentary, but it's not in a bad light. It's not in the bad light. It's a reality light. This is her reality. This is a lot of people's reality. What would you do if you was in her situation? If she has a man, okay, Dragon has a man. Dovey, you said she has a man. But is it the man that she really wants, or is the man that at this particular time she needs? Those are two different things. Is it the man she wants, or is the man at this particular time that's helping her? But now, see, only we know what we do in the bedroom, right? We know what you do, and you know what you would do for favors to get what you want. I mean, we're women, you know, and so we have to be real. Like I said, this is a real life topic. This ain't no messy shit. This ain't no dragging. This ain't no tearing someone down. This is a reality. What would you do? What would you do? You know, would you go with this gentleman? Now, we don't know what this gentleman is offering her. The only thing that I heard, and I could be wrong, that he's offering her a home, somewhere to live, to come out of the cold, right? Now, she said, from what I gather, I could be wrong, she said that she's not going. But we don't know why she don't want to go. And that's what I want to know. Dragon, why don't you want to go with this gentleman? If you're dating him, you know, and he's treating you good, why, if he offered you a home, that you wouldn't take shelter? That's my question. All the rest of the shit is null and void. My question is, why are you making the choice not to go with this gentleman? Hey, Gemini love, because there's something more to it that we don't know, that Dragon's not telling me. It has to be mental issues. I've been on hard times and struggle, but I formed a plan and I got out of it. Granted, I'm married, so we both struggle, but we both worked hard. Indigo, and that's a different when it's two people struggling, because you can move twice as fast versus one person out there who's mentally unstable. Now, you can say what you want. I think there is some mental issues going on there. I'm going to incline to believe, by observation of behaviors, that there's some mental issues going. They do have sex trafficking. Right there, Dovey. Right there, Dovey. That's where we go. That's where we going. That's where we going. See, it's easy for us to sit back and judge Dragon. Dovey, right there, right there, right there. Stay right there, right here. Don't forget, Miss T, they do have sex trafficking out there. She could become a victim of that very same thing Dovey is talking about. And we don't know her reason for not going with this, but she knows her reason. That's why I said, I wish she would drop down and have a serious conversation. But I think it's hard for her to have serious conversations because when people are scamming or bullshitting you or lying or hustling you, then it's hard for them to stay on task to have a real conversation. I don't care who she dates, but Dovey hit it on the head. Is it a strong possibility that this young lady could feel as though that someone is giving her a hand out to help her up with no strings attached? Or is it a possibility they're bringing her into a place of danger? A place of danger. See, people can offer to help you, but why are they helping you? Why are they offering you? You see this young lady out here just running amok. I'm going to use YouTube camera word. Running amok. You were in a hotel. You see her on this live. You see how she acting, and she could be very well the perfect victim for you. And that's what we don't want. We don't want her to be another one of those victims who be sent away and be abused bodily because she thought someone was helping her. See, that's why I said we don't know her reason for not taking this help. But people are saying, well, if he's good enough for you to screw and he's good enough to buy your hair and your nails, he surely must be good enough to live with. We don't know what she's really doing for that hair and those nails and those meals and those clothes. We don't even know at this present time how much of that and what is she doing to get that. That's genuine help, or is it traded for actual favors? We don't know that. But I'm like Dovey, a lot of these people have to be very careful because a lot of these young ladies get into this situation. Somebody comes by, they sound good, you believe that you're helping your savior and your Prince Charming, and then they lure you into this lifestyle that you didn't sign up for. And it's hard for you to get out. Once you are trapped in that trafficking, it's hard for these young ladies to get out, and they are damaged severely, and they will need years of therapy to help them overcome once they escape. Now, we all have heard many stories about that happening. Now, when I connected this alleged Cassie and Diddy situation, she was a young lady in her teens, I believe, looking for help. You got this man with all this money, all this power, and then there's where the trust came in. She trusted him. You hear this young girl about that story I was talking about yesterday, who said that she was shut up in cages, her other women. See, we don't know these women's stories for us to pass judgment and say, yeah, they should go live with him. Oh yeah, you giving them your punani, so you it's easy for you to just go with him. It may not be that easy because we really don't know that sister's situation. And I don't want her, even though she's out there on the streets, living in a hostel, hustling, doing her own thing, I would hate to see that young lady shipped off to another place and be trafficked. That's a sad situation, and there's a lot of women, young women out there on the streets, and young men. Hey, I told you I had I had this gentleman I talked to, and he told me how he was set up to go live with this gentleman, and he was a gay young man, and he was 21, and he had met this older man on the internet, and he thought that this older man cared for him. So he took the liberty to move out of his grandparents' house where he was safe and sound and living okay, doing well, working, living with his grandparents. He followed this guy to, guess where? Atlanta. And when he got to Atlanta with this older gentleman, the older gentleman and him he said he had his own house. At first, for a couple of weeks, he was treating him real sweet and nice. And then after that, he started giving him mocktails. And he said he felt funny. He ended up in my unit. He felt funny, and he had forgot what had happened, but all he could do when he came to is hear this gentleman offering him, now catch this, offering him to other men. He said, and so when I came to, I didn't want to make him aware that I was aware of what was going on. So he asked to go to the bathroom. And when he went to the bathroom, he called his grandparents and told his grandparents to come get him. Now, his grandparents was up in age, and they had to travel from the DMV area to Atlanta to go get him. But when he came back out, and because he was aware that this guy was about to sell him off to other men, he said he played nicely with the guy. He said, and so when they went back home, he was playing nice with the guy, but the guy started getting mean and nasty to him. And he was begging him not to be so mean to him because he knew his grandparents was en route. And so he had him at that time. He had got this little job, and he thought it would be safe to start working. I think I told the story. This was a young guy. I think when he told me his story, he might have been 24. But when this happened to him, he was 21, and he met him on the internet. And he promised him all these things to come down Atlanta. I can help you, and did it. So he said when he got home, he knew he had made that call to his grandparents, and the grandparents was en route to come get him. And so he told the guy, he had got this job and stuff, and the guy was taking care of him, and he didn't want him to go to work. So he was trying to figure out, well, damn, how can I get out of here? Because every time I go out is with him. And how will my grandparents know how to come and get me? Well, finally, somehow they went out, and this gentleman's grandparents had reached Atlanta, and the connection was made, and the grandparents brought him back to the DMV area, and they admitted him into the hospital, and he had been actually abused. And I believe it took place from what I could gather. Now, I might be missing some of this. Don't say that Mz.Teavalocity lied. No, from what I could gather, he had already been actually abused by some men. And I believe this is what he was telling me, that they were feeding him, I'm saying mocktails to do these certain things to him. And so again, when his grandparents reached him, they did come back. When they did the assessment, he was actually abused. You could tell that he had some things done to him. So a lot of times these people meet people on the internet, and it's not just women, it's men as well. And they think that someone is really out there trying to give them a helping hand to get them on their feet. And they really taking them to be victims of sexual abuse, exploitation, and to name trafficking. Okay. So I can't say that she's dumb for not going with this man, because we don't know what she already is doing. See, that's the question. What are you doing already to get those little gifts from him? So can you imagine him taking her into her home and doing certain things to her? Feeding, I know she likes to drink a little bit. You could spike people drink. You could put stuff in their marijuana, I guess. So we don't know. So let's not be so quick to judge someone or call them stupid because they're not taking the help that we think that they should take. Is always more to the story. It's three sides to the story. God side, their side, and the other person's side. And like I said, I've never had a sit down talk with her, but I'm interested to know why she feel the need to stay in the hostel and out in the street versus getting help from this gentleman. Dovey said it could be a dangerous situation. Let me read some of this. Dovey said, my mouth is closed. Okay, I don't have nothing to say. This is serious. It's very serious. And this is a serious topic, you guys. This ain't no mess. This ain't no dragging. This ain't no roasting. This ain't no gagging. This is a situation that, perhaps any one of us could be in or could have been in, and the choices that we made, the pros and the cons of making choices in life, period. Some of us make bad choices and we have to live with bad repercussions. Some of us make good choices and we live with good seeds. But she chose to move there with no money. She moved to Florida on nothing. If ex-African trafficking is an issue, she shouldn't have moved there. Yeah, I get where you're going, Indigo. I don't know why she made that choice. She said because that's how she got into the situation. She said that she doesn't want a man to have control over her living situation. The last guy made her homeless. Okay, see, so it's more to the story, y'all. It's easy, like I said, for us sometime to sit back here and drag people and roast them and talk about this situation to beat them down. And some of it is not intentionally done. I didn't listen to all of Pizarro's, but I think Pizarro was trying to get to some answers. Hey, Pete the Panel Killer, thank you for joining me for a second day. But as a woman, and a woman of a particular age, I would be very leery to get help from men when it seems too good. I'm sorry. When it seems too good to be true, then it's something to it. So, like I said, I don't know her situation. I can't say good morning. Hey, Bougie Auntie. Thank you for stopping in, Ray Black. Okay, now I'm going to drop this link, and I wish I could find the women. Oh, Pete, there's 135 people in here, and I only got 46 likes. Let me tell you something. I'm sick of begging for likes. Mz.Teavalocity, you here, darling. You was here yesterday. Dovey, Miss T, Dragon, don't have no kids. She is easy target. She homeless. They will give her something to eat. Her, yes. And out on the street, she goes to work. Exactly. Let me tell you something. I've watched documentaries about that. I've heard the news about that. I've seen YouTube, videos about what really happened. We talked about people yesterday. We talked about the soft white underbelly. We talked about Marcus on Atlanta, the Atlanta homeless. We talked about the young girl, Tanae, I think her name is. We know situations where it's not good and where these people are being exploited. And even when she jumps on platforms, listen, it's commentary, right? It's commentary. I don't tell people how to do their commentary, how to run their show, but it's commentary. Even when she jumps on platforms, she's not stable enough to hold a good conversation. She get lost in conversations. And I don't know if it's because there's so many things coming to her at once. It's people on there dragging her who's being distracted. Like I said, I would love to get Dragon down here and ask her some serious questions, but I will not beg. I will not send for her. If she happened to be up in the sky or someone tell her Mz.Teavalocity would like to just have a serious conversation with Dragon, because we know she's in our community. And when I say our community, the community of the beef sector, and we know she's homeless and we've heard her story before. Thank you for joining me, Mz.313. Thank you, Regina Queen. It's definitely good to see you. Okay, now before you come inside someone's house, you knock, ring the bell. Thank you, Ray Black. Yes, young boys and men are trafficked too. And it's sad, it's not a lot of studies or statics or reoccurring statistics. Right, statistics. Now, I was going to grab some statistics. and maybe I'll do that for a part 3, because let me tell you something. This is what this is really about. This is informing people what's really going on. This is not no messy live. This is all informational. This is inspiring. This is uplifting, because I want that sister to do well. If she needs mental health, I would like for her to go seek mental health. And yes, it does help. Counseling helps, therapy helps, and medication helps. Indeed. And if she needs that help in order for her really to get her life in order, if it's anything that's mentally eating out at her, she have mental health, she needs to take care of those first and seek professional help. Then they would help her get her life in order. Right now, she's just running amok. Okay? She's running amok. She don't know what to do, really. Y'all may think she know what to do. I don't know. How old is she, Dovey? Dovey, no. Hey, Don Diva Sunshine. Good morning, Miss T. Everyone runs into issues. Be realistic. South Beach is expensive. Okay, and so that's why they saying, why is she choosing to stay on South Beach? Thank you, baby girl, Don Diva Sunshine. And it's very expensive. I don't know. Maybe that's where she thinks she's going to get her big come up. You're right. That's why it says the pros and cons of choices. She making a choice to stay in the most expensive area in Florida, they say. South Beach is expensive. I don't know much about Florida. I've traveled once to Florida. I haven't been there very much. I haven't studied, done any research. Like I said, I did run a video today, and is number 3 in the United States for homelessness. Homelessness have decreased in Florida, but again, with things that's going on right now, is a possibility that is a strong increase of homelessness coming on again in the United States. Okay, we just need to see what's going on. She wants to stay on South Beach, and he's not on South Beach. I don't know who he is. Sure, you right, Miss T. This is serious. It's very serious. So this is not this is not a messy live. Like I said, I would love to speak to Dragon one-on-one, just one-on-one, because let me tell you something. When you are on panels, your intentions as a host may be good, but other people's attention aren't good who hit your panel. Everybody don't want good for you. Some people want to see you suffer. So like I said, I would like to have, her on here and have a good conversation, a real conversation. When nobody wants to learn of something horrible happening to her, it's not funny. Yeah, I don't want anything to happen to the sister. And again, I want to make myself very clear. The reason why Mrs. T haven't given to her, and that's why I'm not out here judging her or talking too harshly, is because I have witnessed her really be ungrateful. But again, it can be a harsh situation with some mental issues going on, and she's reacting to what's going on around her. So I can't hold that solely against her to be a solid behavior of her ungratefulness. I think it's just with so much shit going on with her, so many things coming at her, that's her reaction to some. And for me, I just choose not to give her money, but you could definitely believe this. And I don't care what no one says. My prayers are real. I only could pray for her. I won't give her money because I see a sign of ungratefulness. And you could charge that to my head and not to my heart. That's the way I feel. Thank you. I beg for you, Miss T. We just begging for some likes. Okay, my girl, Kimberly Black Resources, your local 211. Yes, you can call 211 and they will give you resources to pay your rent, mortgage, and stay in your home. Call 211 to speak with someone immediately. Kimberly, that's right. We can call 211 here and they can lead us to some resources. See, but sometimes people have to be willing to call 211. And that's my question to this young lady. Are you really looking for shelter? Are you really trying to become unhomelessness, if that's a word? Or are you just here hustling people? Now that's I gotta throw that in. Are you just down here hustling people to survive the way you surviving? or are you really looking for a place? Because they say the area that you in, if you don't basically have a career or have a good amount of income coming in, it would be hard for you to sustain that unless you was in the shelter or living in a hostel. Okay. She is working. She has recently started going live. Why she? Okay, cool. So good. That's a start. Hey, Jill, thank you for being a member. What's going on? So good morning, Mz.Teavalocity, Queen Diva. Thank you, Queen Kimberly. Now, so again, I'm going to drop my link. I don't know what this is about. Hello, good morning, Jugs. Thanks for joining me. This is a great conversation. We can all be resource to each other. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's what I really came on here to do. And I just figured this is a situation. If a sister is really in dire need of help, I'm not going to always push money, because let me tell you something. When you see someone homeless on the streets, I used to do this a lot, right? And they homeless on the streets and they begging for a cigarette and they begging for money and, you know, begging for food. I'm homeless. They got this. I used to say this. I used to say, I'm not giving them a damn dime for them to go to the liquor store or for them to go buy drugs or do whatever. And then this one day the Spirit told me, say, listen, if you're giving, give from your heart. That's like for some people paying tithes in church, worrying about what the preacher is doing. And I'm just going to go there for a minute. If you giving, Mz.Teavalocity, give from your heart and let it go. You giving because you feel it's necessary for you to give and because you're supposed to help people. Don't worry about what they do with it. And that's sometimes where I get a little conflicted. I don't want to give you my money and you go out there and you buy liquor and you buy drugs and you buy cigarettes and you need some place to live. But is that really my call? If you give in this young lady, give from the heart and let it go. Okay? And let it go. But for me, I'd rather give to you and know that you're paying for your hostel or you're paying for a hotel, you're paying for your shelter before I give to you and know you gonna go buy a 211 or a bottle of Cisco or whatever. You know, I'd rather give to you knowing that you're doing a good thing. But listen, we all have habits and we have vices. I told you I smoke. I never hid that. I smoke. So, you know, that's my vice. Whatever her vice is her vice. But I would rather give, or I would rather say, hey, listen, I'm going to pay for this hotel for a whole month. You stay there. That's my portion of giving to you versus me giving to you to be out on these streets yelling and hollering in the wee hours of night, you know, shaking your ass for money, you know, and doing all sorts of things. I'd rather pay for you to stay in a hotel for a week. That would be my form of giving if I gave, if I decided to give. I would pay for a hotel room that I know you have shelter at. I wouldn't pay for your cigarettes. I wouldn't pay for your weed. I wouldn't pay for whatever else you do. I would pay for your shelter and food. You know, I've done that. Let me tell you something. Sometimes in situations, I say this: you love people from a distance. You love people from a distance. When they come in and create chaos and they disturb your peace, they could be your family, they could be someone you really love, you really care about. You can always love them from a distance. And what I mean by that is I have put family members up in a hotel when they needed shelter versus allowing them in my house. Now, that may seem cold to y'all, but let me tell you something. I knew who I was dealing with. I know what I was dealing with. And before I allow somebody come in my home and disturb my peace and take from me and do all, I know what I'm dealing with. I'll put you up. And I decided to put that person up for a week. That was my choice, because I loved that person and I didn't want to see them homeless, but I wasn't going to open my door. Okay? Okay? Now y'all take from that what y'all will. That's how I help. That the man everyone wanted her to move in with is not on South Beach. Oh, I don't know. She's not the caliber of female she thinks she is. Exactly. She could be delusional and she could want to live a certain life. Now, listen, I don't give a damn about where you live at as long as you have shelter. See, people will make you feel lesser than what you are if you allow them to. See, they may laugh at you because you in a weekly stay with a kitchenette, right? People will laugh at you, and then you'll come on here and you'll tell them your fucking business, and they'll laugh at you and make you feel some kind of way. But for a person who's really trying to get their life together, it doesn't matter if you in a one bedroom kitchenette. Is yours, is a roof over your head. That's what you blessed with at the time. And it is in the Bible. If you be faithful with a few, I make you ruler over many. Those are one of my favorite scriptures because I always say that if you be faithful with this one bedroom kitchenette, I will buy you, I will bless you with a home that's bigger. But if you can't be faithful and you look down on this little kitchenette and you don't respect and you don't clean it and you don't take care of it and you don't cherish it, you don't decorate it, you don't make it yours, then what makes you think I'm going to put you in a mini mansion when you wasn't faithful with the little blessing I gave you? So see, it doesn't really cross my mind on how people live. I don't care. I don't care about what you have. As long as you're doing well, I don't give a damn about if you're in a one bedroom apartment, a hostel, a hotel, a weekly stay. Is a roof over your head. And that's the only thing for me that counts, that you're not in the streets selling your body or being exploited or taken advantage of. That's the only thing I would truly care about, not what type of house you have or what type of apartment you have. Men just don't help women without some. There you go, Liz. That's why I said we don't know. We don't know what's her situation for us to judge her. I'm grateful for 50 cents. I thank God for every little I do. I get up and I always thank God for the little and the big. I thank you for my small blessings, God, as well as my big blessings. Okay? A lot of people have tried to give her resources. She was not interested. That's why I said something else be going with her, on with her. Something else may be going on with her. I don't know. But let me read some of these and then I'm going to drop the link and you're welcome to come up here and tell me what you think. You're welcome to come up here. This is a serious Jim's Talk table talk. This ain't no BS, y'all. We not dragging on none of that stuff or talking mess. Okay. I used to give them money. My children got on me. Now I give them food. I've offered food and I've had a homeless person tell me they didn't want my food and I kept my ass moving. If I'm going in here and I'm telling you, and it's cold and it's winter out here and you out here, and I'm telling you that I'm going to go in this store and come in here and I'll buy you food. And you say, no, you want to go sit at Denny's or want to get your dog something, I'm going to keep on going because I offered you food and you denied it. She's hustling. She wants a better life. Both can't be true. Okay, both could be true. Exactly. Giving faith if you're going to give. Mz.Teavalocity, please drop link for Dovey. Okay, thank you, darling. See how far I be behind? Diva get on me all the time, too. She gets on me all the time. And I told Diva it ain't easy. Okay, Dovey. I'm never going content creators chat without. Remember, Lemon lied to his supporters to give her money to drag him. That's a hustle for him. Maybe that was a hustle. I don't know. I never go on content creator chat without hitting the like. Thank you, Ray Black. We hustling for likes. If you are experienced or risk of homelessness, please click here to find and contact direct providers. Thank you so much, Queen Kimberly, Regina, Ray Black, and Diva. Thank you so much for being my mod queens. And don't forget, you guys, don't forget. Hold on, Dovey. Don't forget, in the middle of December, I will be playing for my mod queens for a chance to win big at the casino. Let me make sure this Dovey. Dovey, that's you? Okay, baby. What's going on, Dovey? Thank you for joining me.
Hello. Good morning, Miss T. Thank you for
Good morning,
welcoming.
baby.
Thank you, chat. This here subject here, I sort of like this here hit too close to home right now for me. Before when Dragon went through a situation, I have a lot to say, but then right now this time here, I am silent. And the reason
Right.
why that I am silent, I'm going to tell you in three different parts. First thing is that my grandson, his mom, niece is missing. I think we going on day number 9. She was taken out to 1 to 3 a.m. in the morning,
Oh
in
my God.
Atlanta, Georgia. Man, when me and her talked Friday night to see how it's going, she gave me all the information and it's on Facebook. I've been telling my schoolers about it all week. Anyways, I don't know how the police them come up with this here, but they say that she gone into trafficking. She left them out. They picked up out of Met some MAR something TT out of Atlanta, Georgia. That's what when they came up with after being gone for 7 days. That the police came. So anyway, and I was telling Diane, I was so I said, "Oh my God, I can't believe something like this." I say, "I know back in the day we see them on milk carton, but I never know it'd be somebody I actually know."
We
That's
never know. We
yeah.
never know, Dolby.
And the next thing, I'm with Dragon. When it, one thing about that, I'm watching a lot of documentary on this year, and I'm very, very heavy because dealing back with the young lady that's gone, that missing now. Um, I'm
Is she,
watching
Dolby?
when I,
Can I wait? Hold on, Dolby. How old is she? I just want to ask how old she is.
she's 17 and she's slow. Oh, well, I don't mean to
Okay.
say it like that, but yeah,
She's mentally delayed. Okay, go
yeah, yeah,
ahead.
yes. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but this is it. This is the second thing that I want to say during the time with Dragon. Dragon looked so pretty and so clean. One thing about those people, or those trafficking people, even if it be ladies, ladies would do this here too. I got all that off in the documentary that what I was watching. But anyway, it'd be ladies doing the same thing. They would clean you up.
Yeah.
And when I was looking
Yeah.
at Dragon the other month, he had fed her some seafood, some seafood. That's what they did. They try to feed you and give you
Remember.
things like whatever you want to eat and give you better things than to eat. Then they dress you and they get your hair there. Okay, now you owe me. Okay.
Yep.
But you went
Yep.
so that's the second part I want to miss. You was talking a few minutes ago, and then you said that when you talking to a person and they see how you be there, talk that they'll be good you for a week or two, then things flip.
Yep.
I
Mhm.
said that three part. That's what happened to me when I was over to the content creator house that I left. It bothered with me mental. It had terrorized me mental. I'm still dealing back with that now in my mind. It makes me so scared. So Dragon may be just like me, scared and afraid, can't trust nobody.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's what I
I
want to
think
say.
it's more to it, Dovey. I
Okay.
really think it's more to it. See, because like Liz, hey baby, thank you, Liz. Like Liz said, in this situation, and in a lot of situations, men want something in return. Even now, let's go here. Even with our husbands. Now, listen, y'all may think this crazy, but when you say that, nothing is, even with our husbands, they want something in return. Think
There
about
you
it.
go.
I'm
Yes.
paying all I'm paying all these bills, I'm paying this mortgage, I'm paying that car note, and I can't get no punani from you. Be you crazy? That's reality. And that's your husband. That's your mate.
Mhm.
That's his job. That's y'all job together is to build. But it's for real, y'all. It's for real. It happens. Hold on, let me skip the scan right quick. It's for
I'm
real.
so afraid.
You
I'm
know,
so
so
afraid,
we don't
man.
know. Hey, view, we don't know what this gentleman want this girl to do to live with him or what she will do. Be nice, y'all. This is a round top tape.
Yeah.
This is
Yes.
Jim's round. So I can understand that. So, we don't know her situation. Like you said, she looked really nice. She looked really
Yeah,
happy.
she was
But
so pretty. She
what
danced for me. I was the DJ.
but what did
I just told
she
her
have
like
to do
Friday
for
night. I
that?
say,
See, that's
Dragon,
the
I'm
question.
gonna play some music. Me and you, we gonna dance. And I mean, yeah, it just make me feel so good and see how that, seeing basically like how she blossomed, but she never did come back over to the lounge for us to dance and play some music. So, but I'm so
Mhm.
scared. I never know this
I'm
here will be
sorry.
sitting in my hand. Something that I was so tight on her with early part of the year. Now it's sitting right in my hand that somebody I actually know. That's why I put in chat. I
Wow.
don't have nothing to say. I'm just sitting back. I don't have nothing to say.
But see, that's the reason why we do need to have these conversations. Now, um, that's an unfortunate thing for you, Dovey. It really
Yeah, and then
is.
you know
And
what? I was gonna call Diane.
how do
But
y'all know
I'm sorry.
hold on, Dovey. How do you know for a fact that she was taken for ex trafficking? How did y'all get that information if you
I
don't know
don't.
where she at?
Diane said the police came in Friday and told them because she'd been gone like for 7 days. So I'm gonna put like this here. Today got to be day ninth or either day 10th, and that's what they come up with. And I was going to, with your permission, if she ready, because she's supposed to came on my live and talk about, and I was gonna ask her a lot of questions, but on my channel, but
Uh-huh.
with you doing this here, I was gonna go and call it because she said that she don't mind coming on my channel based to talk about it because there was a lot that was in my mind that was open because that she was 17 years old. She never left her home before. The window was open and she was slow, but the mom got up 3 o'clock in the morning to find her. But why is all the time? uh, I didn't say this is to die. I was gonna get down with her with all those ladies in together. But why is all the time the mother have to get up at 3 a.m. and that's why most 3 a.m. parents see that the windows is open, and she is gone. Oh, the police did find her phone. The phone was thrown away in the bushes. That yeah, she did tell
Where's
me
the
that.
mother at,
Yeah,
Dovey? Where's
she
the
had an
where's the mother?
iPhone. The police still did find her phone. It was thrown in the bushes, in the
Do you
woods.
remember that? The
So
phone
I
was in
just
the
basically had a
bushes.
lot of questions that I want to ask Diane, but I didn't want to go too hard. And Diane kept saying that she's slow. But why? But okay, she's slow. She got an iPhone. It is these here, these kids like her, they do text one another. They
Yeah.
normal like her because that maybe because they not verbal. They are normal like her that they be texting one another and this, that, another. So anyway, Diane told me that I had some question for her. Why it was only 3 o'clock in the morning that she did? She was 17 years old. Okay. The one that was up, the one that was over, they found the cell phone in the throw it in the
In the
woods.
bushes. Hmm.
So I had so many questions to ask her about it, but I just it's like and the only thing that Di can say, her name Diane, we call her Di. Only thing Di can say that she was, mental a little bit, on the slow side. And Di said that she never left
So,
home before.
where
She
can
said
we
she never.
find this story, Dovey? You said where you
Matter of fact, I'm gonna it's on Facebook. Matter of fact, let me okay, I'm gonna go on pause for a minute, and I'm gonna get my
go
tablet.
on.
And
Go.
I'm gonna go on pause for a minute. I'm gonna get my tablet
Okay.
and put it right here, all in the chat. And
Okay.
then,
So I'm gonna
okay, I'm
bring people
sorry.
up to speed. Go ahead,
Okay,
baby. You
okay.
go
You want
through
me
it.
to drop down?
You can stay there. I
Okay, okay.
while
I'm
you
going to
look
get
through
it
your stuff.
all. Okay, hold one second.
Okay. So, if you just coming in, we were talking about dragons and her situation, Miss 313, and some yesterday we was talking and I had to go to bingo. I did hit bingo. I hit the ball for $100, but I left with 50. I gave my friend some and I left with 50. But let's go back to the we're talking about the reason why that dragon is probably making a choice to so quick to judge and say she's stupid for not going with that man because we don't know. And Dovey had put in the chat that Florida is good for ex trafficking, and so we don't know her reason. I said it would be good for me to ask her a couple of questions in a in a controlled environment because I have so many questions. We don't know why she won't go with this gentleman, because if she's dealing with him and he's buying her hair, food, and she said he took over the hostel, some somebody paying for the hostel, it sounds like it could be a control issue or she's avoiding further danger. But when you start taking money from men, you know, most likely they want something in return. Liz was saying it here before, and I was saying the same thing. Even if you married and your husband's paying all the bills, he's going to want some punani. You can't always say you don't want, I mean, that's some, and he's going to want you to cook and clean and do certain things for it. That's just reality, you know. So I don't know why Dragon won't. Listen, we in a serious conversation here, you guys, and I know some of the guests or people in the chat may not be, you know, but please, let's chill a little bit because this is serious, because this shit is happening every day all around the world. And there's a possibility that she don't want to go with this man because she see danger. We don't know because she never answers questions fully. I'm talking about Dragon because she's always in the midst of chaos, it seems like. Pizarro was trying to hold on, Dovey. Hold on, baby.
Okay,
so I'm trying to bring him up to speed. So Dovey came up here to tell us about the ex-trafficking that I believe she said her niece in Georgia was just taken, and they believe that she was put into ex-trafficking. So we want Dovey to tell us where the story is. She said that okay, so Dovey's gonna tell us where we could find the story. Because you know
I'm gonna let you hear. I got Diane on the phone. Diane, go ahead and speak.
Okay, so let me, Diane. My name is Mz.Teavalocity, and I want you to know that this is a live being done. So whatever you say is coming directly from you. This is, we have no knowledge of it. I don't have no knowledge who you are, but I would like to ask a couple of questions if you don't mind. Pardon me?
She said, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Dovey is telling us that you're a 17-year-old daughter. Is it 17-year-olds, Miss Diane?
We're 16.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was 16.
16-year-old daughter, and I believe Dovey to state that she has some like mental delay going on with her, that she was taken out of your home 3 o'clock in the morning through a window.
Yes.
So now
she said yes.
Okay, Miss Diane. So my question to you is, Dovey also stated, now this is going through Dovey, Miss Diane, because I don't know. I was having a conversation in reference to, you know, choices. So let me just say this. So Dovey said your 16-year-old daughter at 3 o'clock a.m. in Georgia was taken out of a window, and y'all believe she was put into ex-trafficking. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
So tell me a little more about it. How do y'all know that she was placed into ex-trafficking?
Because of the clothes that she was wearing. None of the clothes that she has at home has disappeared. And none of the other, and nothing. For so far, my sister said that there's nothing that was found missing. They thought some things were missing, but there's nothing that they found that was and is still missing. It's all there.
I told them, said they found the cell phone.
They found her. They found her Cindy. Was found near the bus stop.
At the bus. Wait, hold on, because now the story is switching a little bit. Dovey, just hold still. Miss Diane, can you come? Dovey, can you get her closer to the mic?
Yeah, I did. So, that's what I was adjusting. I was adjusting it right here. I got it right here. On the stand. I got it close.
Okay, Miss Diane.
I told them they found the phone in the bushes, but Di told me it was at the bus stop. Go ahead. I'm just listening.
Okay, for Diane, Miss Diane, for one thing, I mean, I want you to know we're praying for the safe return of your daughter, and anything that we could do here. We are in reference to getting it out. We have all type of resources being dropped here if you need some resources. But so now you say that they found her phone at a bus stop.
At the school bus stop, yes.
At the school bus stop.
Yes.
So wait a minute. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So they found
My
her phone
niece
at a
found
school.
it.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I said my niece found the phone at the bus stop. They pinned her location. See, was the last time she had the phone. So it was left at the bus stop. With
So
3 different schools getting on, no one actually saw her. Well, no one saw the phone. The phone was just lying there.
So the phone just appeared at the bus stop. Hold on, Dovey. But they wait a minute, because I want to make sure I'm clear on what I'm saying. She was taken out of the window of your home at 3 o'clock in the morning, correct?
Yes.
They found her phone. Now, did she have her phone when she was at home? I'm just trying to follow the story because we want to make sure we get it straight, ma'am. So anytime you feel uncomfortable with me questioning, and the only reason why I'm trying to question, or I'm questioning this way, so we could be real clear on the story, okay? Anytime you feel uncomfortable, you could stop, or any time you think I'm asking some questions that shouldn't be asked, you can just let me know, okay?
Okay.
So do you think your daughter, let me just ask you this, Miss Diane, because now the plot kind of thickens. That's just the story. Do you think your daughter walked to the bus stop to meet someone?
No, the way they saw her coming at the house, it was her walking, and then the guy walking behind her. So therefore, at that point is when they realized, wait a minute, she don't leave certain things around. So she was like, why would she take just her phone and take nothing else in the house with her but just that?
Okay. Okay. So she I'm confused. You
I'm dying.
said
I
that.
mean, not dying. Mz.Teavalocity, I'm getting a
Yes,
little bit
baby.
more. I'm getting a little bit more of the conversation. It's
Okay.
her niece daughter, and some dealing with the phone was at by the bus stop. I'm getting more of it now. Because every time when me and Di talk about it, I get a panic attack. And and saying,
I'm
"Oh God,
sorry,
I
Dovey.
can't talk about it." Di. I said, "I never know this it will hit so home." So a lot that she basically saying, she told me, but I just not getting it because it's just so awful. Because I never know nobody that it will hit at home this close. But anyway, she on the phone, so that's her. She there.
Okay, so Miss Diane, again, anytime y'all feel uncomfortable, please stop me. So what you just said, if I'm not mistaken, is that somebody saw her coming out the window and a man walking behind her. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
Oh, so Miss Di, it sounds like me. This is the reason why I'm questioning the trafficking portion, is because it sounds like, and y'all have her phone and they can always trace the last call. What it kind of sound like to me, hey Dovey, is
Um,
that maybe perhaps your daughter went with someone trusting them? Or you saying she's not that type of person? Someone, see, Dovey said as if somebody took her out the window and captured her and placed her into trafficking. Now, your story is coming across a little clear, and I think it's clear for Dovey as well. You
right.
said
Thank you.
that somebody saw her coming out the window and a man behind her. Is that correct?
They didn't see that part. They saw her walking away, the man behind her, of course. And she thought that she was no telling where she thought she was going. It's when I don't know if she threw the phone down or if he made her throw it at the bus stop. and make sure, because it was an iPhone, and an iPhone is traceable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
therefore, that's why the Wheatfield's phone was taken from her, because she loved her phone and she loved her auntie. She didn't
Yeah.
think about her auntie.
Yeah. Okay, let's stop there for a minute. Thank you so much. See, now, here's a question. Sometimes when we talk about these young girls being missing, they hook up with somebody on the internet. Miss Diane, I'm not saying this is your case. This is just some things that go on. They hook up with people on the internet and then they lure them to come out with them, and things from there take place. They go missing. And then sometime they being found where they have gone with someone, and hopefully, and I'm just saying because this is the better of the two, hopefully maybe perhaps she met someone, Miss Diane, and just decided to go with that person and she'll return home. My prayer is that she will return home safe and sound to you all, okay? But I would
And
hope that that's the that's the better portion of her being actually taken and led somewhere to be ex-trafficking. Why do you guys feel that she's being ex-trafficking? That was my question to you at first.
because she was changing her clothes that she wore, it's nothing that she would wear. They were big on her. She don't own anything that's any clothes is too big. She wear her clothes a certain way and she walks a certain way. So this way, my sister, that's what made her throw up a red flag. Hold on, she's missing. Like she's missing. There's no. I ran away. I'm gone. We just found her. Well, we haven't found my niece. Only the dog.
Mhm. I got a question to ask you. What did the police say?
Uh, they didn't say very much. I guess they're keeping it hush hush. Um, it sounds a 13-year-old girl, and they thought it was her. They had my sister come down and verify if that was the little girl or not, and that was the little girl.
Uh, okay, Di, when you told me that she got a little slowness about her.
No,
Uh,
don't say so. Just
okay,
say
no, I'm
she's
sorry.
being.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
it's okay, baby. It's okay.
No,
That could be
I
a
said it wrong. Go ahead, Miss T. I just stay here on mute. Go ahead and
so.
talk, Miss T.
Miss Di, is your daughter mentally delayed? Like, does she have some mental delay to her in her form of thinking?
Yes,
And has she been diagnosed? Or are you guys just assuming that?
she was diagnosed in first grade. She was held back in kindergarten because she couldn't understand some things. So when they just let her do kindergarten a whole another year, and she was able to come out of that pretty much okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the police never really said to you all. I'm just trying to follow the story. It sounded like she was lured somewhere, Miss Diane, and they have her phone so they can track whoever her last call was to. And you said your daughter's not known to leave home without your knowledge or anything like that. Did you say that, or is that something I'm saying?
She's never left the house. She's always close by. She never left without permission, like going to meet friends and going out somewhere. She's never done that. That's kind of what threw my sister for a loop as well. And the next morning is when she realized things that were, well, only thing was missing was her book bag, which
A book bag.
we
Okay.
couldn't expect anything inside there. We don't know, but the we don't know what he stuck inside the book bag is.
Got
Di, I'm gonna go over something. Did you tell me it was 3 o'clock in the morning when your sister got up and looked, just went checking on and seeing that she was gone?
It was about 5 or 6 that next morning when she went in to fix the the baby stuff for lunch, some of his stuff for lunch. And then she looked over like, she's still asleep? And left it like that and didn't go anything and didn't think of anything to do but that. Then, when she put the refrigerator back, she asked her to sit down and she saw us to see her. When was the last time they saw her? And that was the very last time. My sister thought, looking over there was a blanket, but she didn't think of, okay, there's a child in another blanket until like maybe 8 something that morning. Is when she realized, like, wait a minute, she ran away. She didn't take clothes. My niece, that's what it was. I initially thought that she ran away. And she said that was strange because my niece doesn't do those things. She doesn't just take off and just leave and not be able to be found.
So the mom or you guys at one point believed that she ran away.
Yes, well, that's what my sister thought. Maybe she ran away. And so much my sister called the cops is after finding the phone, they called the cops and they had them to try to trace her last location. And she was able to get in the phone through her sister that stayed with her. So um, they opened the phone from there, to find her.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know if she had a male friend or female, like a boyfriend, or do your sister know if she had a boyfriend or something?
She didn't know. She didn't know if she had a boyfriend. They talk a lot, and she will let her know things like that. If she had a boyfriend or not.
Mm. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. We're praying that your daughter or it's your niece, right, Diane? It sounds like you keep saying niece, not daughter. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
My niece.
it's her niece.
Hopefully, I pray that your niece is found safe and returns home. We were having this conversation because there's a lot of young girls and young guys that's gone missing, that's caught up into sex trafficking. And Dovey just came to tell us your story. But like I said, anytime you feel uncomfortable, please just let me know. I think there's a lot to this story. It sounds like it's some missing pieces and not on y'all behalf, probably simply because y'all don't have knowledge of what really happened. And again, when we don't have knowledge of some things, we just try to piece together. So at any point, do you think that she could have gone off with a friend or something?
I don't think she went out with a friend. They saw that it was a guy behind her.
They
Lead her out the property.
Do you mind? Go ahead, Dovey. Sorry, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
God, did she leave out the window or the window was up? Because when me and you were talking, you were saying something about the window.
She left out the back door.
She left out the back door. Okay, all right, okay then. Okay, Dad.
Okay, so
I
now
got
we
it
got.
all. I was just thinking. I didn't know. Okay, go ahead, Dad. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Sound like you're a little shook, so you could have got things confused. So she left out the back door. Is there a ring camera?
No, my niece hadn't hooked up the things yet because they just moved upstairs. They were in a 2-bedroom and they had everything. They had the cameras for everything, but then it had that thought of someone being missing. You don't think like that. You don't think, all the time we have paper. No one did anything or said anything, so my sister knew. Later found that to be untrue after a while, basically. That it was watched. They were being watched. And they told you it's just this one child. And all those kids who went to school, they found her. They they got to her. Put that way. I was just with school. They got to her.
Di, when you say when they got to her, you mean like some strangers or the police?
The cops came later,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when everything started breaking loose. But at first, it was like let's run and let's go run high so that no one can know that it was you. The father. That's what the mother. What I niece, we call her the mother because my sister took care of the girl since she was like 3.
It's so many moving pieces to this. So so someone seen her and a gentleman behind her going out the back door. It sounds like someone lured her somewhere. It doesn't sound like, and I know Dovey, you only have bits and pieces of it. I thank you for
Yes,
bringing the
I'm getting
story.
more of it now because that when
Yeah,
me and Di
I can
called
see
Friday night, it like does something to me. But this is more what you asking her. I had said to Di when I go when I go live, could we talk about it? She said
yeah.
yes, but every time, like when last time me and her talked, it was a Friday night late. We were trying to do something, see which way I can go because I shared it. So now today is Sunday, but it's okay. We right here
Appreciate
talking
you.
about it.
I appreciate you, Doe, for bringing the story because that's what we was talking about: ex trafficking, missing teens, and adults, and when people offer you
Miss,
help.
I'm sorry, Mz.Teavalocity. I just want to stay over here for a little bit for you, and I know I should ignore chat, but tell the chat, we business. Please don't bother me. This is family,
Oh,
and y'all knowing about it. Miss.Teavalocity talking there, it's like family. It's hitting home. We never talk to nobody that this actually happened to. So please don't bother me in the chat. I told y'all I come here in peace. Please.
yeah, yeah, y'all. Come on, this is not one of those lives, baby. This is Jim's table talk, and this is a serious conversation. And please don't harass the guests. And mods, if you see someone giving Dovey a hard time, please remove them. Let them say what they will or not come back. But this is a serious situation. Everything is not a plaything. Everything is not dragging someone, roasting and gagging, or because you don't like my guests. We don't do that over here. Again, if you can't say something nice, button your mouth up or leave the premises. Because in my home, everyone is comfortable. Okay, they said she left the phone behind. They left it to the bus stop. They found it on the bus stop, so they would trade that. Like I said, it sounds as though this young lady was lured somewhere. Unfortunately, she's mentally challenged, and those people sometimes could be very, very friendly and trustworthy to people. And it sounds like that, unfortunately, at this particular time, Diane, I don't really know if she was lured into ex trafficking, whether her clothes was changed or not. That doesn't mean that she was lured into ex trafficking. That's where I want to know. Yeah, they found her phone at the school's bus stop. That's the craziest thing. So they must have walked. It sounded like they didn't have a car. Do you know if she got into a car, Miss Diane?
No, the camera only can show so far, so we would never know which way they left out. If they was in the car, a van, a truck, or they just don't know. And because that's the only picture, some doors pick up so far, and that's as far as the doorbell
Right.
was able to
That's
pick
the
up.
ring. So she did have a ring camera. So it sounds like she had a ring camera, y'all, but not cameras all through the house. It sounds like the ring camera captured some things. That's what it sounds like to me, right?
Yes.
And so it only go a distance. Like my cameras go a little further because they different type. But I get what you're saying. That I don't know. That I digress. But anywho, that particular ring camera only went so far. My prayers are really with you. So do you know if the police? No, she's 16. Do you know if the police talked to any, of the students, her classmates?
Uh, they tried that. No one knew anything. And one person, I think one little girl came through and said that one day somebody was following them, but they didn't think nothing about it to the bus stop
Oh,
to tell my sister that, and then that's when, they left it at that was the person that
oh.
would have taken her.
Okay,
So
now I want to know this trafficking. When you mentioned to me that the trafficking, who that would the family come up with, or the police come up with?
I asked her that. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what was important.
I'm sorry. You ain't got to
No,
answer.
no,
She
no. No, go, Dovey. I'm glad you asked it again because I don't think she answered it in its entirety, or maybe I missed it. Thank you. Good. That's what I wonder. Where did y'all come up with the trafficking portion?
My sister, because first of all, my niece would never run away because she's very hooked on to my sister that she don't ever want to be out her sight, even when she went away with her mom. For a year, my niece was miserable then, and she just came back.
Uh,
So how many days she been gone now?
The 19th make it. I said about 2 weeks and something now.
Okay, she left on the 19th. Okay.
no, 19. Wow. Okay, 5 days, like 5 days, right? Today is almost 20. Wow, that's pretty sad. Hopefully, they will find your niece and or she have a safe return. Do you know if? Well, I know the investigation is still open, right? I know the
Yes, it's
investigation.
still open. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I think Diane is not the mother, you guys, right? Diane is the aunt.
Yeah.
Am I
Make
correct?
that
You the aunt, so the mother, yeah, this is not the mother. I thought we was getting the mother on the phone, but the aunt seems a little familiar with the story. Does she have any siblings, Diane?
She has an older brother. He's in the
Older
States.
brother. Was his
Uh,
was the older brother at home when this took place, or
no.
he doesn't live there?
He just got deployed about 2.5 weeks ago.
He just got what, sweetheart? I didn't hear you.
He was just deployed 2.5 weeks
Oh,
ago.
deployed. Oh,
Oh,
he military.
okay.
Yes.
Oh, thanks for serving our country. Okay. So the brother's deployed. And so, yeah, and the mother said this is not like her. Okay, here's a view with some of the Cobb police originally reported two missing teen girls. One of those have now been found. So it wasn't just one. So in this article, hold on, Miss Diane, because I want you to hear this. In this article, that the View grabbed for us because we wanted the article, because in the environment we in, everybody didn't believe Dovey. Dovey, thank you for bringing the story to the platform. I appreciate that so much. It's a serious topic. So the View assisted us in going to get the article in Cobb County. Now the report says if this the same thing, that it
Wait a
was
minute.
two.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She stayed in Marietta, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Mar-
Marietta, Georgia.
Marietta, Georgia is some part of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I
What
know.
place
I'm
is
very.
y'all want to go and pull it up?
Okay, so I think she pulled the article up. Would that be Cobb County?
Cobb County.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the article. Oh, so Miss Diane, from what View is saying, and that's why I said we getting bits and pieces of it, and I thank you for coming on here to give us clarification. The article that View read said that the original police report said it was two missing teen girls, and one of them have been found safe, and her name and picture have been removed from the article. So did it start out with being two?
But no, it started out with just my niece.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
they
maybe.
never said, they never put a fake, they finally put a face to it when they put it up, but my sister had to go file a runaway in order for the detectives to actually confiscate her devices and go through them.
Okay, died when that did. Okay, the other girl that was found, that was the one that the police them asked your sister to come up and look at, and that was a 13-year-old, right?
Uh, yes,
To see was that sir. Okay, so the police did find one on
Oh,
13-year-old, but now they looking for the 16-year-old.
yo.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, so those are two separate cases,
Two
Dovey. That's
separate
what.
cases. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. Because viewers getting some information, I'll report a view. That's why I asked if the young lady's name. What do you mind telling us that your niece's name? Or would you
unique.
like
I think lyric.
lyric?
That is lyric. Yeah, Lyric. Lyric.
Do you mind giving us a last name? Oops, I'm sorry, Dovey. Go ahead, baby.
Her picture and information is on
Wait.
Facebook, and the picture
Yeah.
of her.
Oh, sorry, Dovey. I'm messing
No, no,
this
go
up.
ahead.
I'm messing this up. Okay, so you guys, if you want to, her picture and name is on Facebook. They put it out there. They have posters posted. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So this is not the same story. This is one young lady this story is about in the metro outside the Atlanta, is in Marietta, Georgia. That's not particularly Atlanta, Georgia. It's the metro area, like Purple Peach said. And so that's could be another story. Okay, so her name is Lyrica or Lyric.
Lyric. Yes.
Lyric. Okay.
Yes.
You guys, if you want to, you could go read the article. View have placed the article here. I believe this the same article View is talking about. So let's go. I'm trying to drop the article. Dovey, go ahead and ask. Hey, Geechee girl. Now this one who.
Diane, I got the article. Is it okay that I get it off my for they if I can give them maybe like to your community wall so you for they can see it? You don't.
Yeah.
Okay, give them to your community wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this young lady here, Geechee girl, she normally does missing children, well, missing children, women, or whoever. She does the missing stuff on her channel. She have information about the missing. Geechee girl, you may want to tune into this one or take this young lady. She's missing from Marietta, Georgia. They don't know if she was lured somewhere with someone. They have a little footage from the Ring camera. She's 16 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Her name is Lyric. She's from Marietta, Georgia. She's relatives of Dovey. She's Dovey relative. She brought the story here.
Wait a minute.
What?
I won't say that. I would say like it's family because that this basically is my grandson mother. So it basically
Okay.
her. Now this is my grandson. This is her mother. That's his mother. So it's
Okay.
on her side. It's her side. But it's just like it's
I
family
know
because
you're
I
saying
was speaking
family.
to somebody. And with that, you guys are here, and with you talking to a real person that this happened to, it like that to hear that
Yeah.
home at close.
Yeah.
But that's what else. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So that thank you for clearing that up, Dovey. So this is like a family member of Dovey's. And
Yes.
her niece went missing 3 o'clock in the morning from Marietta, Georgia. We was talking about sex trafficking, and Dovey brought the story over here. And I appreciate you very much, Dovey. And like over here is an area where we question and we suspicious. So View went and got the story. Thank you, View, so much for me. And it is a true story. Now, I don't know where the trafficking came in. We don't know. The young lady is mentally challenged. The mother says she's not, she's never been basically away from her without her knowledge. And again, to us, I don't know where the sex trafficking portion came into, but they believe that could have happened, or that's what's happening, or either she was lured somewhere and she was with someone. We are praying for a safe return. That's what we're praying for, that she hasn't got caught up into sex trafficking. Okay, here's the
Yes,
article.
dude. Yep, yes, dude. That's the name.
That's the name. Kimberly went and grabbed the article from WSB TV News Report. You can go over there and you can listen or read the article. It is a true thing. It's an unfortunate thing because a lot of women will be trafficked, women and men, in years to come, because it is what it is a national crisis really going on. They don't talk much about it. And like I said, I was fortunate enough today to start this conversation and have Dovey bring her relative over here to tell us that they are right now at this present moment involved in a situation where there's a missing 16-year-old young lady who's mentally challenged from Marietta, Georgia. And for some reason, I don't know, again, I didn't really gather where they got, is sex trafficking is involved, but is a strong possibility that it could be. But it sounds like someone lured this young lady out her home and she is now missing. That's what it sounds like, okay?
When Diane called me last week, because she sent it to me twice, and then she said, "Did you see the article?" She said that my niece is missing. She said, "Did you see?" I said, "Yeah, I see it, but I didn't pay too much to it. I thought it was on my birthday." She said, "No, share it out." Should I say, "Yes, she gone." So Di said that we believe that she was lured out, because she never did this before. Then later on,
Right.
Di called during the week. Then Di said that they, I don't know, is it they or the police or somebody said that they believe she got into sex trafficking, but they did find her phone. So that's all
They
that
said they
I know.
believe that. That's where that came in, right, Dovey? Okay.
Yeah,
I can
that's
see
what
why
I
now y'all saying it. Miss Diane, hold tight for a minute. We got some information here that I want to share with you that you could share with whomever. Purple Peach is a member of mine. She's a well-known subscribers to many of us content creators. And she said, Miss T, please let her know that I have a sorority sister who too actively worked on Tatiana's case. Is this a new case? If so, you may can pass this case over to her soror and they could work on this case as well. So it's important that we have the correct name, the correct age, and the correct location, because it's people and out here who is willing to help you or the mother of this young lady who is missing. And I thank God for that. Informant Sugar also somehow gathers information on things like this. She says, does Lyric go by a nickname, Miss Diane?
No, just call her Lyric.
They just call her Lyric. No nickname, Informant Sugar. Well, y'all still family. Yeah, they are still family, and it's much appreciated to everyone. So one said, my child went missing at the age of 10 by social media. So yeah, came home in 5 hours. That's what I want to make sure that we get this all over social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Listen, I ain't no Facebook, Instagram.
yeah.
We want to make sure this reaches the massive, because a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
times.
where I got it at. I got it everywhere. TikTok, I got it
Okay,
everywhere.
good.
And then my scooters, they did the same thing to share it.
Okay.
But I just came over here and listening to Dragon situation. I said I don't have no comment. I don't have nothing to say. That's why I said that.
Purple Peach said it hasn't been much press, but Purple Peach right there is one of our major problems. Unfortunately for us, colored girls, they don't do a lot of press on it. They don't do a lot about it. And that's the unfortunate thing, because we have many women of color that has been missing, unalive, exploited, sex trafficking, or whatever, abuse. It doesn't matter. We don't get enough coverage. So it's our job to put it out there, Dovey. And it's a good thing that you know how to use all that social media. And I better wisen up quick. I just don't do a lot of social media, but we need to make sure this get out to the masses. Again, the masses. I'm sorry, y'all. The masses, MASSES. Excuse me. So please make sure we try to get a hold to her name and get this information out of there, out to the masses. There I go, I'm using the word again. and hopefully and prayerfully she will come home safe and sound to you all, Miss Diane. Is the community involved?
The community is
Miss
involved.
Diane, are you still there?
Yes, the community is involved.
I,
She
is it a
said,
reward for her return or information for her?
I at first it was, and I think they made my brother take it down.
They made y'all take it down? Or wait, what did you say, Miss Diane?
There wasn't
What she
an
say, Dovey?
She said it was a reward at first, but they
Reward?
had her brother to take it down.
Why did they have your brother take it down?
Because they were treating it as a runaway at first, and then the more they look at the footage, the more that they see that her clothes was changed. The clothes that she had on is not that my sister has bought. The way she walked was fast and, in a hurry. It's something she does not do. She's never in a hurry. She's one of the slow teenagers that I'm gonna walk slow. You catch up. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that played into that, and they told her to take it down. That
wow.
part. So, yeah, they want to put it down. They say why.
So let me get this straight. The police is believing that this is basically a runaway then.
At first, yes. I think they see different now because some of the group people made them relook at it and rethink about it. How could this be a group thing? Or I mean, how could you profile her as a runaway and you don't know any information about that? And y'all profiling her as a runaway, and that's not the case.
See, that's the craziest thing. That's the first thing they want to look at as a runaway. They don't, it's so sad that they really don't take missing color folks serious as they do missing clear people. And that's just the fact of the matter. Yeah. And that's why we have to work so hard to work together to get this out there so we can make sure that there are thousands of people here about it that can reach out and help y'all in some kind of way because they really don't give a shit about us. And I'm sorry, Miss Diane. So Purple Peaches in that area, she's going to do something to help work on this case. Geechee girl, I don't know if you still here. I don't know. Website, Ronnie Q. Our Black Girls Profile Missing Black Girls to get the word out too. Thank you, Ronnie Q.
Thank you.
Drop the website in here. Thank you, Ronnie Q.
Thank you, Ronnie Q. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody who's helping Dovey and I with the story, I greatly appreciate it. See, this is what I'm talking about, working together on something positive. And I'm sure with our prayers and with everybody now, well, not everyone, with people having knowledge of what's going on, I will pray that the lady return home safe and sound to your sister, Miss Diane. I thank you so much. I don't really have anyone have any further questionings. Or you have any resources you want to drop or tell Miss Diane about before I let her go? Miss Diane, are you okay, sweetheart?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. I just don't want to put any pressure. I can't find any Amber Alerts, so they didn't do an Amber Alert. See, this is what I'm saying.
No,
so how much?
She said no. She said no. It's not no Amber Alert.
And so I don't know how.
So they didn't do it.
I'm sorry. They always say blacks are runaways. You're right, Kimberly, which lose a lot of time exactly because they deem them as runaways, so they don't take it serious. And that's a shame. And they always try to connect some type of drug relations to it as well. I noticed that. So hopefully this is not the case, Diane. And if we had if I would just take two case scenarios, hopefully maybe she did go with somebody and would return home, and I don't, versus her being some harm done to a sex trafficking. Maybe she did find a friend or something and she will return home. If it was those two case scenarios, I would take the latter of the two, the one where, hey, maybe she trusted a friend, they went out with a friend, and she'll return home, versus us finding her unalived or being set up in sex trafficking, and her parents or you all will never see her again. That's what I mean by the latter of the two.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Diane, someone put in the chat said that they want to know, did they tell the police about the IEP?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
about
you.
her IEP. Oh, they did. They did. And the police have her phone, right? The police still have her phone.
As far as I know, the police has their phone.
Oh,
And the only way
okay.
they could have taken
Uh-huh.
her phone from my sister is that she had to report her as a runaway.
Huh?
Only how they would have.
Wow.
Let me think. Let me see. Can I read that? It did what you said. Only how they could have took the phone. The police is that they have to say that she was a runaway at first, right?
Right.
Okay, then okay. After they consider her as a runaway, how many days that it changes and say, we got to take
Right.
another look at this. This is not no runaway case. How many days did they come to that and say, wait a minute, we got to take a second look at this?
Okay, reverse. I'm sorry. You said what now?
Okay, after that, the phone was found and they brought it over. I would say over to your sister. Only how they would have investigated if your sister would only say that it's a runaway, right?
Yes.
Okay, then after they said it's a runaway, after a couple of days later, how many days that it took for them to say no? Let's take a look. Let's take a second look in this here. This can be trafficking.
They didn't take a second look. They only put a second photo out, and they did not take a second look. They only took a second thought, but not a second look at what was going on.
Okay, so okay, so they rethought of what was going on and put up a different photo out in this out there.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Would it
Anybody else?
help if the police start getting floods of calls about this case? What's their number? Good question, Ronnie Q. Good question. If they start getting floods of calls, would they act different? Would they, get investigate the case more? Because it sounds like the police is deeming this, from what you all are saying and what I gather, I could be wrong, is that they deeming her as a runaway, and that's why they're not looking for her, and they thinking maybe she'll return home. That's what it sounds a little bit like, Miss Diane. Does it sound like that to you, or are we on the wrong track?
Yeah. It sounds
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I think that it sounds like the dark-skinned child take precedent over anything than a clear child would. So they didn't take that serious.
That's a damn shame, because that kid could be in, by this time, she could be in some serious danger, and it seems like they looking the other way. And it's so many cases like this. It's so many, you guys. I remember when I was going to start doing, missing and exploited women of color. It was so many cases. I didn't have help. I couldn't keep up. I just let it go. But I'm telling you, every day, y'all, there's at least 100 people or more, women and children, that goes missing of color, and there's nothing being done about it at all, simply because it's people of color, y'all. We not know Gabby Petite or whatever her name was. So it would be helpful to post. It would be helpful to post pick on streams. Yeah, I'm hopefully that we'll get some pics or something. Dover, you always welcome
Yeah. Thank
to
you.
bring me a pic, and I'll put it up on the community wall. Ichi girl, I hope you picked this
Thank
up. We
you,
heard
Diane.
you.
Diane, you okay with the question? You all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything that you want to say that what you think that we can do as social media?
No, I hope that you guys do put up pics of her, and she say that she's missing, and we need help finding her.
Okay. Okay. I can put that under mine too. Okay, Miss T, you got anything else to die?
No,
Okay.
no. I
Okay,
appreciate you.
I'll be talking to you later. You know, it
Okay.
just really did, it really do like mess with me a lot. But anyway, but I will call you later.
And
Okay.
don't forget, Miss Diane, our prayers and thoughts are going out to you and your family. I'm praying for a safe return of your niece. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Di.
Uh-huh.
Wow, Dovey, thank
Okay,
you.
Miss T, thank you. I'm gonna get in the chat.
Oh, thank you
Okay,
so much,
what
Josie.
me and you know, we know just the same. I don't know no different. For
Yeah.
what you know, me and you know the same thing.
I'm glad that you brought her on to clear some of this stuff up. Ooh, this is an unfortunate situation, y'all, but
I
it
didn't never
happens
know that something like that
every
really, we see them as we grow up on the milk carton, this, but I didn't know that this really, really would hit at home. That I actually know somebody really that this here
damn,
really
yeah.
is happening. So
Yeah, the state is supposed to intervene expeditiously because of the IEP, but you guys, let's deal with reality. See, this show is about reality, and they really don't give a damn about women, men, children of color. We're not that important. That's why it is a must, is imperative. I beseech you. I do everything that we work together, you all, in building some things, building, some things up and building people up versus tearing them down. It's easy for us to be judgmental on why people make the decisions. But if we don't hear from them and they not real with us now, people could come on here and shoot us all kind of stories. Now, I know you guys, and this is in honesty, I know we thought Dovey was shooting us some bullshit. And that's why some of us called her on it and went and got the articles. And I appreciate it because and she went and got the lady Diane. It helped us understand that there's a family in need and we should always do our part to help, whether we know them, or not. Is a black black young lady missing, and we should do our part to help to try to get her home. That's what this is all about. God, I pray that you breed this child hope. Oh, you bring this child home, and even hair on her head be not a hair on her head be harmed. Thank you so much. You guys, thank you. There are thousands of missing people out. Yeah, they go missing every month in this country. Some never get coverage. So I'm glad we were able to do our little part. I'm not a big channel. I don't have thousands and thousands of subscribers, but we did do our part and I feel good about it. So this live was purposed. And maybe it was just purpose for us to reach out to Dovey and Miss Diane. We never know what God purposed us to do. So I believe this was a great live, and it wasn't a live full of mess. It was a live full of us getting together to help someone bring their loved one home. Okay. Purple Peach. Yes, the parents should seek legal advisory immediately. They said that the young lady, View, thank you so much. Thank you so much for going to get those articles. Kimberly, thank you so much. Thank you, Mods. I'm going to drop the link. I don't want to get into anything messy, but again, this started out talking about Dragon, and then Dovey brought us this story because, again, we don't know why Dragon is making the choices she make, but it could be a little deeper than what we see. And hopefully that young lady, whatever help she needs, whether it's mental help, physical, spiritual, shelter, we pray that she gets the help she needs, because again, she's part of our community. And when I say our community, I don't only mean the Black community. I'm talking about the YouTube beef sector community. We are our own little family over here, and we should always reach out to help someone. Well, if we spread this picture like they shared others, it would be right. If we dox this story, you're right. We probably could get somewhere, Ronnie Q, if we put a lot of energy in helping people find missing people. Then we have done our job and we have done a good thing, and we will be rewarded for it, whether it's from these people or higher up. Okay, so I think that's it. I did almost 2 hours. Thank you, Ronnie Q. Again, thank you to all those who probably shared this live out. If you didn't share it, please take a minute to share this live out. This was a serious live. I thought I would get a panel that, like I had yesterday. It seems like a panel come on when I got to get out of here. See, yesterday I had to abruptly stop so I could get the heck out of here. Ronnie Q, thank you for always sharing me out. Kimberly, thank you for the information you dropped. Thank you to my mod queens. I appreciate you so much. Again, I thought that I would have people come up here, but I thank God for Dovey that she came out and put this story out, and for the people who did engage in the chat to help us covering this story. I appreciate that. Maybe we could do a little more of these. Hopefully, there will be a decrease in missing and homeless people. I don't see that happening. Like I said, I didn't get the statistics, but I want to share this right quick because we're talking about Florida and people made a lot of sense. They said Dragon is trying to live in a hell of an expensive place in Florida with no funds. That's the craziest thing. Make sure you join the membership. We will be doing a membership live. I got to get the information on what I have to do. I think I have to have 2 memberships. Where do I go sign up, Ronnie Q? Because you have membership lives. I have to have 2 membership lives and 2 memberships posts. And I think I'll get an extra $200. That'll be some spending money in the casino. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. Thank you so much, Regina, for being a great mod queen as well. And thank you, Dovey, for bringing this to our awareness. With that, you guys, I think I'm going to get out here if no one has any questions, or like I said, this was Jim's talk, Jim's table talk. This is no mess. It's a lot of mess. So D-Ham wants to tell us his grandfather went missing in 1977 in Watts, California. He was never found, so prayers going up. Some people are never found, and some people are found, and it sounds like they viewing this as a runaway, so they're not going to share much light on it. They're not going to sound the alarms because they have already made up in their mind that this is a runaway. And, it's easy to say that so you can ignore things. But then again, the police also, this is something they do every day, all day. And maybe they have some type of indication or clues that is a possible runaway. We don't know. We need $200 and no need to beg for it. Who needs $200? Hey, baby. So, Miss P. Hey, baby girl, how you doing, Miss P? I wanted to ask you something. This is not about Dragon, and I want to get with you. So I know you like to do your conspiracies. I want to do this one about what's going on with your boy P. Diddy, because I know at one point you had free P. Diddy. This was just not the live. We was talking about Dragon today and homelessness in Florida, and her situation. I don't think none of us, to include, the ins and out, is what's really going on with Dragon. But I did hear from your live that she had a gentleman who reached out to her for help, Miss P, and they was wondering why she wouldn't go with this gentleman. And, I was saying, this is going to wrap it up. I was saying, because we really don't know the circumstances. Maybe the gentleman is not good as we think he is for help to help Dragon. It could be a case where she may get lured into something else. Oh, okay. You just said it. The membership drive to get $200. I'm sorry, baby. We need $200 and no need to beg for it. Yeah, so how do I get it, Miss View? Can you jump up here and tell me? I'm following the Diddy closely too, because now I was over on Messy Sweet Spot, but she was doing a reaction video where they say that they go give this guy life. They go give him life in prison. Some people seem to think he was coming home, and we talked a little bit about that. The reason why he would be coming home is either to protect other people. I don't think it would be because the feds made some big mistakes. I believe it was to protect other people, but It looks like yesterday or the day before his hearing didn't go well, and it's a possibility that he will be getting life in prison. Okay. Thank you all to who shared the resources, information, and comments during this live. You are wonderful and appreciated. Thank you, Regina, so much. I am driving. Okay. Let me go over the ODS video, because who wouldn't want an extra $200? D-Ham, many, many blessings your way, granddad and family. Yeah. Like they say, it's thousands of colored women and men that go missing on a daily, and they get no type of recognition. They don't sound alarm for it, simply because we are colored people, and they really don't care that much about us. That's the reality of this, y'all. This is the reality. I mean, we can't sugarcoat it. You know, they put more emphasis and they sound more alarms, and they do more for clear people. Diddy is getting by. He getting by. Wait a minute. See, they running with these stories. Now, this is where I get my information too, and I ain't been over there. I'm sorry, Billy BTV. I ain't been over there. But so he's getting bond, but I thought they said he wasn't getting bond. He is not getting misinformation. Misinformation. Thank you to my celebrity queen who does celebrity. Oh, that's your opinion. Wait, that's your opinion. Oh, shit, I'm confused. She said that's her opinion. Thank you all for joining me. I'm about to get out of here. I've been here for 2 hours. I appreciate you all. Don't forget, this was a Mz.Table Talk live about what will you do if you was in the situation of being homeless like this young lady Dragon. What would you do? Would you go with the gentleman who's offering her to put shelter, put her in shelter, or would you walk away and continue to be homeless for whatever reasons? Now, here's the pros and cons of choices we make. We have choices. We have free will. God's given us free will, and we will do what we want with that free will. And some of our choices lands us up or put us in situations and circumstances that's not too sweet. There's always a pro and a con to something you do in life. So make the right decision. Again, it's easy to tear each other down, because of the way we are basically wired and trained. And we've been trained for years to destroy and tear each other down. But it's very easy as well to build each other up. And that's what we want to do. I am out of here. Thank you to everyone who's getting life in prison. Well, I said it was Diddy. Who's getting life in prison? P did. He have not even went to trial yet. I don't know. I'm just telling you some stuff that I heard. One of Diddy former bodyguards is no longer here. What? It ain't Gene Deal. Gene Deal is still here, because I thought I saw him do a live the day before yesterday. Listen, I was over at the Messy Sweet Spot. Now, she was doing a replay, some type of reaction video now, and I thought they said he was getting life. See, the people be spreading bullshit. I don't know the facts, y'all. I haven't been following it like that. Come on, Andrea, just come up here. But I know that I thought they said he's getting life. P, did he have? I don't know. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you. This is now just turning into a regular live, and then I'm going to get out here. Andrea wanted me to drop the link, and I dropped the link just, Andrea. Good to see you. He was called Uncle sometime. Lord, Uncle sometime. Uncle, thank you for joining the show. Thank you so much, Queen Diva. I appreciate you. I'll call you in a few. Y'all, I never made it to that new casino. Andrea, are you coming up, baby? I'm waiting for you. Regina, thank you so much. Ray Black, thank you so much. Kimberly, thank you. Oh, here go Really Be TV. Now, this is my gossip girl. This is my celebrity lady right here. Hold on, let me make sure that. So, Really Be in the bushes. That's you, Andrea?
Yeah, that's me, Miss T. Miss T,
hold on.
Okay.
That's you, Really Be TV? Really be?
It's me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Sugar. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you, darling. Thanks for joining me. Go ahead, Andrea.
Okay.
Miss T, I didn't hear. I heard that Pucky might get bail. That's what the latest I heard.
Well, this is my celebrity queen over here who I normally sit and watch, but I haven't been over there. So what you got to say about it? Because I know you get the real tea.
Well, I mean, they made a.
No, wow.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Really big.
No. What? Yeah, can y'all hear me? I'm sorry, I'm driving, so I want to make sure y'all can hear me.
Uh-huh. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. No, what I was saying was he had a bond hearing on Friday, and the judge basically was asking for information like, well, if I let him out, where is he going to be living? I need the information.
Oh,
A lot of the information that the judge was asking for would lead you to believe that Diddy might be getting out, and they're going to reconvene on Monday, and the judge is going to make his decision on Monday. So what I was saying was, based on how the hearing went, I feel like the judge is going to give him bond. As far as him getting life, yeah, the trial doesn't even start until April or May. So I don't even understand. B- Based based on the charges, I think the maximum that he could get is life based on what he's charged with. But
uh-huh.
I mean, the trial ain't even for another 6 months, so a lot can happen in 6 months. You know what I mean?
That's true that they can. That's true. Oh, well, see, you know what? That's what I get. Well, not really. I was over at the Messy Sweet Spot, and for some reason, she was playing a video, and it alluded to that he's getting life, and that they denied him bail. So I don't know.
Yeah, he was denied bond, but he appealed it, and so
Okay.
they're right. So he did appeal it. As far as the bodyguard they're talking about that is no longer with us. He
Mhm.
is a former bodyguard for Diddy and allegedly Jay-Z and Beyonce. And he did a bunch of videos on TikTok talking about Jay-Z, Beyonce. He made a lot of accusations about drugs
Oh,
and things. And then he came down and he apologized and he took down all those videos. And then a couple of days later, he was found
oh,
unalive. Yeah, but it's
I ain't
not Gene
saying
Deal. It's a
no.
different bodyguard. It's not Gene Deal.
You know, they can definitely make you disappear, and that's why I'm just on the fence about Diddy. To be honestly, to be honest, I'm on the fence only because the connections go real deep. And
Hmm.
so he's unalive now, right? Like Shakur Stevens and a lot of the Kim Porter and a lot of them are not here to tell their stories, but there's some people left to tell their stories. And like I said, the feds is 99.9% accurate and solid, lock solid when they go after you. Do you agree with that, really, B?
Yeah, when the Southern District of New York swings, they very seldom miss, and that's who's charging Diddy. So that doesn't mean they
Right.
can't miss, but their conviction rate is in the 90th percentile. Like they very seldom miss. So yeah.
Yep, they very sell. And here's my thing, Andrea. Just think about it. If they take him down, see, they dropping a lot of other people names. I don't think he's going solo. And that's the scary part about it for a lot of people. That's probably why a lot of those people are behind the scenes pulling strings to get his ass released too. You
But
know,
I mean, have y'all noticed? I mean, this right here is. Don't y'all think that Ben Affleck, the reason he divorced Jennifer Lopez because the feds told him some stuff. Her divorce with him did not happen until all this stuff went down. So
exactly.
there's a connection with this situation. Why is she getting divorced from him, and why he trying to disassociate himself from her?
I think a
Because
lot of people are
believe
hooked.
she's on the video. I believe she's on the videotapes, and I believe they told Ben Affleck.
They could have, but you know what? Those freak offs or whatever, those alleged freak offs, man, there was a lot of people in that shit. It was a lot of people
Exactly.
partying
And
with them.
if you go back and look at them videos, who was all there? Jennifer
Right.
Lopez, Kim Porter, Andre Harrell. You go back and look at all them videos people have bought up. Come on now, it's a connection with all of this. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Diddy go snitch, but I'm like this. If you gonna take me down, let's take everybody down.
I
That's
think it's a lot. I agree with you, Andre, and that's why I really believe that there may be some type of protection there. But I know the feds already got everybody they want now. Their money is long, and it'll save them some time. However, yeah, no, them J boys' money is much, much longer than theirs. I don't care if they are billionaire status. And I think they got a lot to do with it too. Really, BTV, do you believe that some of the name droppings that these people are doing? I remember we talked about yesterday when the girl Tanae had made the video. I was over at somebody's live and I heard her saying how she was locked up in the presence of these allegedly locked up in the presence of these celebrities who we talking about. And she did mention Jennifer Lopez also using one of those things on her being president. And this is alleged, and Kris Jenner being present. That some of these same people, Bill Cosby, Christian, she was name dropping. You know.
I mean, do I think that a lot of celebrities have been around and things like that? Yeah, I mean, I do. But here's the thing. There's a difference between just being real freaky and there being criminal activity. And I think that's what they have to prove. I'm not saying they
Boom.
can't. I'm not saying they can't,
Boom.
but that's what they're going to have to prove
Boom.
with the criminal part of it. Like,
Exactly.
having freaky sex ain't against the law. So,
That's a great point too. And that's a good point. I just never really thought about that until you just said it. But that is a great point. Them being freaky, doing what they want to do, we have nothing to do with their bedroom life, but the criminal activities part of it, if it was any done, that's what they have to prove. Thank you so much, really BTV, for bringing that to our attention. That's right. The
and,
criminal act.
and also with a RICO case, it said that
Oh,
he had an enterprise. So they leverage. And let me tell you something: the feds have been waiting for Puffy. They had plenty of time to sit back, wait till he do more criminal stuff. They was patiently waiting to get him. And that this has been ongoing
yeah.
for years. They just wait. Okay, you going to do some more stuff?
Yeah.
So now they have a higher percentage of making sure
Yep.
that you go to prison.
That's why I said they locked tight on it. That's why, and his trial, and you right, really be. Well, wait a minute, really be what you saying that his trial don't start until April. They let him out. There's a lot of shit that can go on or that can be done in the time that they let him out. So you right, that's something that we need to pay close attention to.
yep,
And
there's a lot that can happen.
and
And listen,
if y'all watch if you watch the Hulu thing with Shine
Shine.
yes, it was good. You should watch it. It was very good. I watched it twice.
The downfall of Diddy. Is it the downfall of Diddy?
No, it's about Shine and how he is evolved as a person. He's
Yeah.
he's the president of Belize now. Okay, you should watch that because Shine said that only reason he decided to do this, he wasn't even about Diddy, but he said he has been triggered when Diddy said in Lil Rod's thing that he put Shine in prison and Shine took a call for him.
Yeah. I heard
So
Shine say that.
yeah, Shine said he was triggered, and Shine said he was upset about it.
Well, you know who I'm surprised really be? Does this surprise you as well? But I know you follow it closely and intensely. I'm surprised that Mace really hasn't come out and said anything too detrimental to in reference to this Diddy thing.
Mace has stuck to the business piece of it. He has
Yeah.
spoken about Diddy and his shady business dealings.
Business
He's
deal.
talked about Diddy's mom being the one that really like that Diddy's mom was the one that really was had a lot to do with the business side, and Sean putting a lot of stuff in his mom's name to steal. He's spoken
Uh-huh.
on that. But you're
Yeah.
right. He hasn't come down and told a lot of stories about
Yeah.
the sex side of stuff. But he's definitely
Right.
spoken on the shiesty business stuff. Yeah. But you're right.
Yes.
He's been, but see, he's been saying stuff all like for the people who've been saying stuff all along. He's already said a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he has. And you know what? Who I'm surprised, and I knew it wasn't Gene Deal, but I'm really surprised at Gene Deal.
About
And when
what?
I,
What you mean?
but with some of the stuff he said, with him still being available to make videos, because
Yeah, yeah, that is interesting that he's
isn't
still,
that
that he's
interesting?
still talking. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
he's still
interesting.
talking. And
Hmm.
it just, but you know what? I wonder sometime when you start alleviating some things and some people that you have to be very careful, because it would definitely connect it to you. But I know they do it so well where it can't be connected. But I'm really surprised that he's still making videos.
Yeah, because again, Gene Deal's been talking for years. People just didn't listen.
Years.
He's been
Nope.
talking for years.
Yep,
So
I've been
yeah,
following him for years. I've been following him when he's been doing the cooking. Remember his book deal?
hmm
I done followed him other places. I know, and Gene Deal been doing a lot of talking, and it's just really
yeah,
strange that nothing. Just I don't know.
yeah,
But so many people making videos and commentary that's not factual. And I really do come over to you because I know you get some of the inside tea too, really, B. And I know you will
hmm
research and get documents and stuff, and you and make it make sense are two people that I follow. And I know y'all may not like, but I follow Tisa Tells too. That's why I said that's why I said that. So I listen to Tisa Tells, but I haven't, like I said, I haven't been really following it that closely. But I do know that again, I think if he go down, there's a lot of other people will go down, and they trying to prevent that. So maybe with releasing
yeah.
him, it'll be easier.
Yeah,
It'll be easier.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get down. Thank you for having me. But
Thank you for
look,
coming.
you know I'm on my way to handle football business.
Wait,
But
you bargain. Oh yeah,
um,
that's right. You going to the game.
no, I'm not
She
going to the game. But I'm gonna be busy. You can't
okay,
hear me. I'm
darling.
Borgin.
There you go. You start to say, I'm gonna say this. Go ahead and say it while you're clear, sweetie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get down. With Diddy getting out, if Diddy gets bond on Monday, which I do believe he's going to get bond tomorrow. If Diddy gets bond tomorrow, I agree that I do think that we'll be seeing some other
Yeah.
arrests being made. I do think there'll be some other names that'll be out there. Now, I don't know that to be
Mm-hmm.
a fact. That's just my opinion. I think we will definitely see. So I agree with you that if Diddy gets out, because in my opinion, if Diddy gets out, that means he's talking, and if he's talking, that means he's
Yes.
snitching. That's
Yes,
how I look
he's
at it.
speaking. That's another way to look at it. Thank you so much for joining me. And this right here is very important too. In my opinion, the Diddy, this is Regina, she's really sharp on this stuff too. The Diddy case is very important as it pertains to the evils of the world that's always seemed to center around sexual deviance, among other things of this world. My eyes are still on number 47. Y'all know who number 47 is? Because if he have his way, then he may get life. If hello? Oh, I think I froze up.
You hear me? I can see you.
Oh, you can see me. Go ahead, Andrea.
Yeah,
This was.
I just don't. I just think. I don't think. I don't think Diddy's gonna stay quiet. Okay, I think he. I'm like. I think he ain't gonna be one to take no sentence. So I'm sure. I believe he might be talking. Just my own personal opinion.
That's what.
Because my thing is this. My thing is this. He done a lot of dirt in them videos that he was always blackmailing people. Okay. What was the? Because anybody, a thief, an idiot, a real person who keeps, and that's what I said about him. Who keeps evidence in your house that knowing that the feds can come in there anytime they want to? So to me, he didn't protect himself. Because them tapes would not be at nowhere near me.
Yeah.
Secret location.
Yeah,
So
but you know, he kept those tapes, like you said, Andre, to blackmail somebody else, and his ass end up getting snagged with them. But
yes,
those tapes probably got a lot of people on them.
you know what? He was so greedy with money.
Yep.
I'm telling you, if
Mhm.
he would have paid Kathy off, it
Yeah.
would never that discovery would have never came out. The fans would have had no case because if he would have paid Cassie off. But see, he was so greedy and he was like, I ain't doing that. I'm not paying you, so I don't owe you nothing. And when she put it in the district courts for everybody to see, okay.
No, but Andrea, I beg the difference.
Uh-huh.
I think
No, see, the fans didn't have everything. They didn't have everything. But when she put it in the court papers, she detailed everything in the court papers. They had an opportunity to start looking at everything.
Yeah, but I think somebody approached her. See, we got to remember these people run with the elitists. We don't know the shit that they do and say and what they can do. So I'm thinking that one of those elitists approached her and to open up Pandora's box.
Do you know the timeline when Diddy went down? Come on, walk with me. You know when he went down? When he started doing what? Suing that liquor company.
But now, what did I say?
Let me tell you about what they do with Bill Cosby. When he went down, when he started buying NBC. Come on now, connect the dots together.
I'm telling you,
when you try to be the most powerful black man, it's a problem.
And it's not that you want to see him go down.
No.
But you know, everything's done in the dark will come to the light. I don't care what it is. It will surface to the light.
When he started suing them liquor companies, I feel like the people who were protecting him, comforting him, they was like, you know what? Nah, no, it's time for you to go down.
But you know what? Listen, this is the reality. Again, the pros and cons of the choices we make. That's my title. There was a pro to him linking up with those business people, those high power elites. And there was a con to it. And now the cons is showing up. See, you can't deal in business with the devil.
Right.
And a lot of those people are freaking demonic. They've been doing this shit for years. They have control over this stuff. So he got into bed with the devil, and now it's time for him to pay. And he's gonna sacrifice some people. I mean, it may sound crazy, but he's gonna sacrifice some other people because guess what? He's being sacrificed.
Yep.
That shit goes up high, deep, high, elitist. People we'll never ever see. We'll never even hear their names. We'll never know about them because they have that much power. They got that money.
Right. And they want to protect that old money. Okay. And when you feel like a young black man, think he's somebody.
Yep. Your power. Money is power.
It's money, power, and respect, as Jay-Z said.
Yep. And I think they keep dropping him and Bay's name so much. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that too, because you notice they dropping their name a lot connected to this, and so I'm just interested to see the what's coming their way, our way.
You know what they say Jab right don't tell the truth all the time, but you know what?
She don't lie all the time.
She don't lie all the time. My mama always told me a liar can tell the truth too.
That's right. And I believe that she have told some truths, and I believe she has told some lies.
Yep.
And the truth is mixed in the lies. That's just the fact. Cat Williams been calling this shit for years, and that's another one too.
Did you hear what Cat Williams? He just bought a army base in Alabama or something. He want to build like a studio, like Tyler Perry doing. Do you know?
Really?
Yes, you know how Cat Williams is coming up, buying stuff, doing stuff. He didn't lie, you know, but Shay says that he might have a part 2 to an interview with Cat Williams. He might be dropping something for the new year.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that now. Now, see, I didn't have knowledge of that. Now that makes me think. He just brought an army base,
Mm-hmm.
which
And he
would
make
be
it.
hold on, which would be millions and millions of dollars.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind.
Yep.
He who have been talking for years, who
Mm-hmm.
have been
He
talking for
wasn't no
years,
good. He on drugs and stuff.
and no, I want you to catch this because this is not going in the same direction you going.
Okay.
He who has been talking for years and years and years, he who have opened up a can of worms as well on Shay's show, now all of a sudden is purchasing an army base that costs millions and millions of dollars. That's just something to think about.
That's much money, Miss P. You trying to tell me?
Just think about it. Just think about it. Where would I just want
I was always told Cat Williams is really good with his money. Okay. And the people, and I heard Shannon Sharp, that's how he ended up getting the interview with Cat Williams, because he had a new manager and he ran into it at the lawyer's office. So the man might be when it comes to when it comes to other stuff, but when it comes to business, he owned the money. Okay, look at I'm just saying.
Okay, and I'm just saying I agree with you.
I did thought it was because somebody else just bought a whole new movie studio too in Shreveport, Louisiana. 50 Cent.
Oh, 50 Cent. Well, we know of 50 Cent.
Yeah, 50 Cent got his whole lot like Tyler Perry got in Shreveport, Louisiana. So yeah, got his own movie studio down there.
Damn, that's all he paid for it? Was 1.5 million? Side eyes, I'm just saying, I didn't know that's all he paid for 1.5 million. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money to pay for. No, I'm not reaching, sweetheart. I'm just saying, with all this shit going on, we never know what people will do, who will be paid off to hush up and certain stuff like that. I'm not reaching. I'm just saying. I didn't know it was only $1.5 million, not for no base. That's not reaching, side eyes. I'm just saying. With all this going on, you never know who will get money, take money, or be offered money to shut the entire hell up, right?
But yeah, I don't think Cat Williams is gonna be shutting up. I think he still want to tell how.
Yeah, he's always been solid.
Yeah,
he's always been solid. I agree with that.
Yeah, he wanted to tell people how he felt, and he's still feeling like Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey stole some of his jokes and stuff.
Oh yeah. He told. Now listen, I believed Cat Williams. I ain't give a damn what no one say. I believed him, but then again, some people could be bought.
Yes.
Some people could be bought. I'm not saying he could be bought, but
I think anybody can be bought if the price is right, if the price is right, and depends on what their situation is. Anybody can be bought.
Yeah,
that's where the beast. We all are hungry. We want things. That's the way the beast is.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just saying, with all this shit going on, I'm sure anybody can be bought. You're right, and I'm sure that people will be bought to shut up. It's a lot going on. We have to see what's upcoming, but I will stay tuned.
I have asked me and my friend. We got good. I don't talk this on YouTube, but me and my friends, we do have conversations, and I do ask them, do I think that Puffy's going to get a fair trial? I do ask myself that. And the reason I'm asking is he gonna get a fair trial, because I mean that everybody on YouTube, all these stories, and I mean, unless you have a jury that's gonna be away and they ain't seen none of this shit, is he gonna get a fair trial?
That's a good question. And where can he get a fair trial?
I think out of the box. I be asking myself, because we always say we don't want a black man to do this and we don't want a black man, but is he gonna get a fair trial?
Oh, and you know what? That's true. And where can he get a fair trial?
Where can he get a fair trial? Because to me, I'm just not saying the feds did it, but in my own suspicions, did they leak that video? Did they leak that video of Cassie? Because Puffy did pay somebody to get rid of that video. So I'm just saying they had it in hit when they went down there and seized his stuff in his house. They took it. So how did they get to CNN?
That's why there's a lot of people involved. Let me tell you something. I'm just gonna say, and I'm gonna get ready to get Andre. I believe that somebody approached her, and from there it started. Because that and I know what you're saying. It started from the liquor company. That
yeah.
could be true.
I believe when he decided to sue them, and I believe the heavy people who protecting him. I'm on the thing, guys. The people who were protecting them. That's when they said it was no more protection. We're gonna let you let it fly. Let the feds come in here and let it fly.
They know they knew who to approach.
Yes.
So they approached her because they had already had that dirt locked tight and
but
solid.
If you go back and listen to Dawn, who worked with Diddy, she told in that video that that who was in a meeting with Puffy and her when he was beating her, it was Neo, it was Jimmy Iovine, it was Usher, and nobody did anything.
Well, you know why Jimmy Iovine ain't do anything. Usher probably was scared. But anyway,
Usher ain't no Usher. Usher is in his 40s. Come on now. He ain't no baby no more.
I'm just saying.
Come on now. Usher done been around. He ain't no baby no more, and he got kids. So, like I said, and when he did that interview with Howard Stern, and Howard Stern asked him, "Would you let your kids go to Puff Daddy camp?" And he was like, no, never. So come on now.
So here go a question for you.
Yes.
At Just Andrea, will Diddy get a fair trial? That's a question. Since you believe that everyone can be bought, would it be safe to say no, he will not? Since everyone can be bought, would be a compromise, would be compromised. That's the truth. She asked you a question.
Look at Shine. What happened to him? The witnesses were bought in his case, and he was in jail for 10 years. That's the proof in the pudding right there. Shine already said he was innocent. He didn't shoot nobody. So the witnesses were bought in that case, and the lady who was shot in the case said Puffy shot her. She told her not to that night.
I remember that, sister.
So my thing is this: if Shine case can be bought, Diddy's case can be bought too. No, I don't forget he gonna get a fair trial, but it's always got good lawyers can come back and they'll
now listen. When it's all said and done, you guys, this shit is already, his fate is already sealed.
Yes.
Okay. The April thing is just part of what I call
smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, it's just smoke and mirrors, baby. It's just like with a lot of other stuff, it's just smoke and mirrors. The decision is already made. We just have to see what decision they made. That's all. That shit is already sealed. The deals are sealed or whatever. Like I said, I'm not sure if he come out, will he be safe?
They ain't gonna let this thing on. That's the biggest case New York got. They're gonna let Puffy get hurt anywhere.
Okay. Well, again, like I said,
he's gonna have to stay in New York. They're not gonna let him go back to California. They're not gonna let him go back to Miami. They're gonna keep him in New York to keep an eye on him.
Like I said, I don't know. A lot of times things are put in front of us for us to see things and perceive things one way while something else is really being done in the background. That's all I'm gonna say.
And at the end of the day, Puffy can tell state evidence too. He can tell all the big players, but that's the risk he want to take. He does have 6 children.
Well,
so and there's the thing, and I'm not. I do think some of the stuff he have done, I do believe he have done
some dirty shit.
And somebody said, Puffy, he has 6 kids. Did he thought about his 6 kids when he was doing the crime? I'm just asking.
I'm just asking for a friend. He didn't think about none of that. See, he got too
Cocky.
big-headed. His
He
ego.
got too cocky and big headed.
He got too cocky. That's right. And he paying for his cockiness. And that's
Mhm.
just the fact of the matter. Everything done in the dark shall come to the light. Now, whether people believe it and sure people feel sorry, I don't feel sorry. If he did half of that shit, just half. And
Right.
and when I saw him kick that, stomp that girl and drag that
Right.
girl or whatever he did, that shit was enough for me. I have no life for him. Whatever he did, his ass deserved. Now
Right.
that's the fact of the matter.
And he
Now,
got 3 daughters his own self. How would he feel if some man doing that to him? Think about that's why I be irritated with, because you think about you got daughters yourself. You want somebody else to do that to your daughter? No, you don't. You ready to hurt them.
Yeah,
you
and
Pepsi Daddy, he don't want to see that from his daughter.
with his daughters, and like again, I already said his fate is already sealed. This is just formalities. They just posturing just to put this shit out in the public. Everybody who's getting paid done got paid, or they still getting paid. And what's gonna happen is his deal is already sealed. With that being said, I gotta get out of here.
Okay, Miss T, we gotta do it again.
Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much.
I woke up late. I was intending to be here, but you come on early in the morning. I'm Sunday. I'm sleeping in.
I know, sweetheart. I was up at Walmart probably by 7.
Okay.
I get up early sometime because I went to sleep. I only watched a little bit of YouTube, honey. I came home. I went to bingo yesterday, came home, did some things, ate something, and then I decided to take it down. Everybody was doing their own thing, and I said, well, this would be my thing. I was going to go to that new casino. I didn't go, but I did go to bingo, of course. And I remember someone asked me yesterday to do a part 2. So I said, well, let me just come on Sunday and do a part 2. And I thought 313 and I forgot who else was up here. I have to go back and look. I thought they would join the panel so we could talk about it, but they didn't. Somebody asked me, say, thank you, Lisa J. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure to see you, sweetheart, because I know last time you said, Miss T, don't get mad at me. Girl, I ain't never mad. Don't worry about it. Thank you for giving me.
I went back and re-listened to that lie. I said, oh my God. They said, I'm trying, you was giving Miss T the business. I said, oh Lord.
You know what? And you okay. That's one thing about it. I'm a big girl. I can take the business. My ass done got drugged all around here. I'm still looking good. I'm still holding my head high. And I'm still doing Mz.Teavalocity. I ain't never changed.
Okay.
So
you take care.
It's okay. It's okay. Bye-bye, baby. Much love to you, sweetheart. Thank you. You guys, thank you so much. You've been a great audience today. And I appreciate Dovey and Miss Diane. I appreciate all my mod queens, all Ronnie Q, just Andrea, Really BTV. This was a great live. The first portion of it, not the wrap-up was good, but that main meat that we got to eat really made me feel good. Thank you so much, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.